Hello and welcome into today's first play-in game of the TCCAA Region 7 baseball tournament between the visiting Southwest Salukis and the home team Jackson State Generals. Fielder Dennis alongside Mark Dennis. And Mark, let's just jump right into it. Both these teams are pretty evenly matched in terms of conference and overall record, both sitting at 8 and 19 if I'm not mistaken. What do these two teams need to do today in terms of mindset going forward in a big win-or-go-home game?
Well, Fielder, today the road to Grand Junction is going to start for these two teams. It's all or nothing. You have to bring your game today or your season's going to end for the losing team. Both teams finished relatively identical, obviously being an 8 and 9 seed. Jackson's finished at 8 and 19 in the conference, whereas Southwest Tennessee finished 7 and 19. So once again, there's very, very similar. Southwest Tennessee won the series this year, 2-1 over Jackson. These two are on the west side of the state, probably very familiar. These kids have probably played a lot of high school ball against each other. So it's just going to be whoever executes today, pitches, hitting, doing all the little things necessary to win the game and move on to tomorrow to face Walter State.
Yeah, like you said, only an hour separates these two teams, one in Jackson State being in Jackson, Tennessee, Southwest being outside of Memphis. Let's get to the lineups today for Southwest. Leading off, playing left field, at number 3, Christian Busby. Batting second, Tucker King, the third baseman. Batting third, Jacob Nobles. He's playing shortstop today. Batting fourth and cleanup, the number 21, Blake Donalds. He's playing right field. Batting fifth, Chris Swanberg, who's playing first base, number 15. Number 28, Ethan Stallings, batting sixth. He's behind the plate. Batting seventh, Nate Sumner, playing second base, number 4. Batting eighth, Blake Donalds, the DH, number 26. And batting ninth, Dalton Sensabaugh, the center fielder, number 6. And on the hill today is the right-handed hurler, Alan Rickman, number 4. So leading off today for Southwest is number 3, Christian Busby. Busby on the year hitting .331. We'll get the first pitch here opening up this tournament. First pitch is taken for a strike. So 0-1 count to Busby. He hits a high fly ball into left field, carrying. The wind's going backward, and that's a home run. So they lead off the game. Second pitch of the tournament, home run for Christian Busby. Wow, what a piece of hitting.
Fielder, I tell you what, today it's really going to be very challenging for the pitchers. I mean, the wind is blowing out to left field aggressively, and as we've seen from the first batter, I don't think this is going to be the first time we're going to see hitters trotting bases.
Yeah, today the field is the dimensions 335 to the lines, 380 to the gaps, 400 to dead center, and Christian Busby hit it about 375 to left. First pitch to Tucker King is taken inside for a ball. So some of Rickman's stats going into today's game as he delivers the second pitch, ground ball, chopper to the shortstop, fields it cleanly, throws over to first in time for the putout, so 1 down. Rickman on the year, 15 appearances, 1-7 with a 5.8 ERA, and has allowed 10 home runs on the season. Well, just gave up his 11th to Busby to lead off the game. But they got 1 down here with a ground ball out from King. In steps Jacob Nobles, this shortstop, number 25. First pitch is down in the dirt for a ball. The 1-0. Ground ball back to the shortstop, little deja vu. He fields it cleanly. Those are the first in time for out number 2. So Rickman doing a nice job of rebounding after the leadoff home run to get 2 ground ball outs.
You know, the mindset of a pitcher when wind's blowing like it is today is you're going to give up. You want to just continue to pound the zone. Don't walk people, and just know that the ball's going to be hit, and just keep working your game plan.
Rickman's delivery to Daniels is outside for a ball. Daniels from the left side leads the team second in the team in RBIs rather, with 35 RBIs on the season. Today he's playing right field, and like you said, the wind is blowing out. He fouls that one off. So Southwest on the season in conference batting ranked 8th as a team, sitting at about 275 as a team. So they've got some power in the lineup and have done a good job thus far getting to this point. That one's fouled off again for a 1-2 count. So Blake Daniels, 50 hits on the season, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 5 home runs, and is slugging at a .535 clip. So pretty solid year at the plate for Daniels. The 1-2's down in the dirt. So 2-2, 2 outs for Blake Daniels, nobody on.
Now, Southwest is a very dangerous hitting team. They turned over a lot of players from last year, a lot of freshmen in the lineup, but most of them from the Memphis area.
It's a fly ball in the left center field. That'll get down. So Daniels gets a single, 2-out single, and that'll bring up Chris Swanberg.
After the 2-out single, the fifth hitter for the Solutions, first baseman Chris Swanberg.
Swanberg on the season hitting .252, 7 doubles, 17 RBIs. Check over to first, not in time, as Daniels gets back easily. So Swanberg up here trying to build a little 2-out rally for the Salukis. One's outside for ball 1. So Rickman trying to get out of this jam and let his big boppers in his lineup get an at-bat. The 1-0. Ground ball up the middle. Tough play for second. Can't make it. That'll get through. Daniels gets to second and stops there. And Swanberg has a single. So back-to-back singles, and the Salukis are in business. Good piece of hitting there by Swanberg. Really went inside out with the ball and was able to find a hole. That brings up Ethan Stallings, the catcher for the Salukis. Rickman's delivery. Floats it in there in the outside corner, strike 1. Nobody holding the runners. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball. That's headed to right center field. That's trouble in the Bermuda Triangle. And it's reeled in by the center fielder, Mike Kahn. So we get through the first inning with a leadoff home run by Christian Busby. And we'll head to the bottom. 1-0 your score, Southwest Salukis.
And here's the lineup for Jackson. Batting first at second base is Ian Bibiloni. Second, the third baseman, DJ Wright. Batting third, the DH, Garrett Gignon. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Donnell Bailey. Batting fifth, the catcher, Josh France. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Mike Kahn. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Will Harris. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Parker Moss. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Bailey Etheridge.
So if you're Coach Eric Schroenrock, Southwest Salukis, you couldn't have dreamed up a better start to your game, as he gets a leadoff home run and gets a couple hits there. So now 3 on the game as he brings out his right-handed hurler Braden Green. As Ian Bibiloni steps up to the plate.
Now, Southwest Tennessee's pitching staff has struggled this year. in conference. They're 9th out of 10th, which is, when you're in the 9 hole in the conference, that's not really a big surprise. So once again, the secret's going to be to try to throw strikes, keep runners off base, and try to stay out of big innings.
The first pitch, high and inside, ball 1. The pitch is low in the dirt, 2-0. Excuse me, that's 3-0, and that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Jackson. And it's statistically shown that if you get a leadoff walk, your chances of scoring that inning increase substantially. So Bibiloni gets his walk, and that brings up DJ Wright. This is the last person you want to see with runners on. Wright on the season, 10 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Green's first pitch, way inside, almost hit him. Ball 1. Green on the season, 3-7 in 1 complete game, 53 and 3 innings pitched, 50 strikeouts with a 7.09 ERA. That pitch is in there, strike 1. So a 1-1 count to DJ Wright.
Wright is one of their big transition players. He spends a lot of time on the mound as well. Somewhat surprised he isn't pitching in this game.
Yeah, agreed. Statistically the best pitcher for the Generals, and when you have a two-way player like that, he can make an impact on both sides of the ball. It's a lethal tandem for a team. That one's in the dirt. Nice job by Stallings to block it up. 2-1. You don't want to fall behind to this, guys. We said 41 runs batted in, 10 homers. We've already seen one ball fly out. The wind's blowing out to the left, and that benefits Jackson with the amount of power that they possess. Throw over to first, not in time. Bibiloni does have 9 stolen bases on the season, so you got to keep an eye on him. The 2-1, he's taking off. The throw down from Stallings, not going to be in time. Bibiloni's safe at second. So a stolen base and a 3-1 count to Wright. The Jackson Generals are looking pretty good. Good pitch to run on there, too. Hitters count to DJ Wright. The 3-1. Walks him. So back-to-back walks by Green, and now 2 runners on, nobody out for Garrett Guyman. So, Mark, not the way you want to start if you're a starting pitcher today in the play-in game for a tournament, win or go home. You've walked the first 2 batters.
No, I'm really not. I mean, like I said, the margin of error is so tight that the coach he's going to have to really keep a tight leash on his pitching staff and not let these innings get out of control.
You're truly playing with, you're counting your outs. You only have 27 outs. That's the way this game has to be played for both teams as Garrett Guyman steps into the plate, the designated hitter for the Generals. The first pitch, outside corner, strike 1. So Guyman on the year, 36 RBIs. That's second to Wright. 50 strikeouts, 21 walks, hitting at 284 clip on the year. So this is a guy you can't mess around with as the umpire is talking to the pitcher to take off one of his wristbands.
No, Guyman finished in the top 50 in hitting in the conference. So, he's a dangerous hitter and obviously batting in the 3rd hole. That's obviously the case, but this is a really big, I hate to say it, first inning in a 9-inning game, but this is a big situation for this pitcher right here to come out of here and try to get a ground ball.
The 0-1 pitch. He checks over on Bibiloni. Yeah, you're exactly right. This is a huge game for both teams, and it doesn't matter really what inning. If it's there's runners on and you have a tight lead, you got to do the job. So Braden Green here is being tested here early. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Fouled it off, so Braden Green gets ahead in the count here. Now he can play around a little bit. The 0-2 fouled back.
Well, that looked like a pretty good 0-2 pitch for a hitter right there. I don't think that's exactly where Green wanted to put that ball on the 0-2 count. You really want to try to either bust him inside, but he wants to roll over on a ground ball and try to turn two here. So an off-speed pitch, but nothing right over the plate. Just like
Floats
that.
one in there, strike three. Good call. So he goes with the off-speed stuff and gets one out. That's huge.
It doesn't look like Green has really power stuff, but he looks to be a pitch-to-contact pitcher, work the count, but he doesn't seem to have high velocity, so.
In steps Donnell Bailey, the left fielder today for the Jackson Generals. First pitch to him's down to the dirt. So Green's not going to blow you away with his velo, but he's, I think the term they use is crafty. Does a good job of finding the corners of the zone and locating his fastball enough to incorporate those off-speed pitches.
Yeah, Bailey is the 12th ranked hitter in the conference now and being in the cleanup spot, so he's a dangerous hitter here. Good cuts.
Fouled back. He put a lot into that one as we have a 1-1 count.
I mean, he's batting .380 in the conference.
Leads second on the team in triples with 3. So left fielder getting down on the base path rather quickly this year. Throws over second. He's got him. Bibaloni's stuck in a pickle. He's headed to third. They throw back to third. Bibaloni's trying to get to second. And do they place a tag on him as there's another pickle? So we've got a lot of players running, and it's a double play. What a play by the Southwest Salukis to get in 2 pickles, execute, and they get out of the inning. That's huge. So we'll head to the top of the second. Still your score 1-0. So here we head to the top of the second inning. Let's recap it for you. Top of the first, Christian Busby with a leadoff home run. 2 hits, but the Generals get out of it. Let's go to the bottom of the second. 2 runners on for the Jackson Generals. And, Mark, I really can't describe it, a double play, double pickle.
Yeah, I don't know. Watching that was a very slow developing play there.
As we have a leadoff single by Nate Sumner. So fireworks here early in the first game of the play-in game for the TCCAA Region 7 baseball tournament. A double pickle, double play, and a leadoff home run. Right now we have a single by Sumner that brings up Blake Donalds. So Southwest carrying a player named Blake Daniels and a DH named Blake Donalds. Throw over to first, not in time. As Donald's coming into this game, batting .300 with an on-base percentage at .343, 8 doubles, 1 home run, and 15 runs batted in. Another throw over to first. How threatening is Sumner on the base path? Does have 6 stolen bases, has been caught 4 times. So Rickman's delivery down to the dirt, ball 2.
Donalds is a freshman out of Collierville, which is just outside Memphis. Most of the roster is going to probably reflect these kids once again being from the Memphis area.
As another throw over to first, not in time. So Will Harris active over there at first base as Alan Rickman's not wanting to let Sumner get in a scoring position. Steps off the rubber again. So Rickman is pretty worried about what Sumner's doing. He's very focused on not letting that runner over. Next pitch is inside 2-0. So Donald's trying to work himself into a hitter's count. Throws back over to first, not in time. So it's safe to say that Nate Sumner has ruined his uniform for the game, only in the second inning, having to slide back 3 times. The 2-0. Down to the dirt ball 3. So Rickman trying to find the zone here as he doesn't want to walk a batter to bring 2 on and nobody out. Middle infield, that double play ball depth. Huge gap to the right side of the infield for Donalds and the pitch. Ball 4. So 4 straight balls to Blake Donalds, and that brings up Dalton Sensabaugh with nobody out and 2 runners on.
Now, Sensabaugh is a freshman from Canal, Winchester, Ohio. So that's, out of state, which is not uncommon to have some out of state. We certainly, obviously, here in Chattanooga, we've got quite a few of them, but looking at their roster, that he does kind of stick out as one from far away from Tennessee.
First pitch to the Ohio native. He squares around the bunt. He gets it down. Fielded by Harris. He only has to play at first. Throws the first in time. So a nicely executed bunt to move the runners over. 1 out, and the leadoff hitter, Christian Busby, up.
That's fundamental baseball right there, and those are the kind of things you're going to have to do to win these type of games when you have 2 teams that are just about identical in stats. And
you're going to see that a lot in today's games. A lot of small ball, move the runners over. Every run counts, and now 2 runners on for Christian Busby, who's already homered today. First pitch floated in there for a strike. So Rickman not giving him the fastball first pitch.
Well, it's nice to see that kind of baseball. You get so used to it at the junior college level, especially seeing the launch and try to hit as many home runs as you can, going for deep.
Busby hits a ground ball at third base. He kicks it. DJ Wright throws over to first in time for out number 2, but a run does score. So Busby gets the run to score, and it was a close play at first, but he's called out. 2-0 Southwest.
Nice play by Wright. He got the bad hop, kept the ball in front of him, and was able to make the play on a bang-bang.
How about the stretch by Will Harris at first base?
Yeah, it was a nice stretch. Now, once again, here we are. We want to try to keep that guy from second base from scoring, keep the innings short.
First pitch is down in the dirt. Ball 1.
1 run, it's not a lot of damage considering you had men on men on second and third with 1 out. If he can get out of this right here, 2 runs, with the weather conditions and the wind blowing, he's in good shape.
You've got to feel happy if you're Rickman, only allowing 1 run if he can get out of this. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, back to right. Fields cleanly, throws over to first. Gets away from the first baseman. So the runner from second rounds third, and he stops. As Tucker King walks into second with a throwing error. But now we have 2 runners on in scoring position for Jacob Nobles.
It almost appeared like the first baseman might have stretched a little bit early there, and it came off the end of his glove. Playing first base, it's about timing on your stretch. It was a deep throw by Wright at third.
Just complimenting Will Harris on his stretch on the previous play. Tries to do it again, and stretches a little too far, unable to make the play. So now 2 runners on for Jacob Nobles, and Alan Rickman's got himself in a jam again, though he does have 2 outs.
Yep, Rickman's got to work here. He's got to focus and work on this hitter.
Nobles 0 for 1 of the day with a ground ball to shortstop. First pitch is floated in there, strike one.
Looking over my stats here, I see Rickman is going to play future, going to Lee University next year, so they think highly of him. And even though the record and stats are not where he probably wanted him, he's a quality pitcher.
Ground ball, chopper. Shortstop fields it, throws over to first in time for out number 3. So one run does come across. Your score 2-0 Salukis as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Bottom 2 here in game 1 of the TCCAA Region 7 baseball tournament. 2-0 your score. Southwest Saluki scoring in both innings that they played in. As on the hill, Braden Green with a nice 2-0 lead. Last time we saw Donnell Bailey, he was in an at-bat that led to a double play, double pickle, which was one that was an interesting play to see. His first pitch swung on and missed, strike one. As we said before, Bailey, one of the big hitters in this lineup. That ball's in the dirt. Ball one, rather. One floats down in the dirt. Ball 2. So 2-1 count to Bailey playing left field today. Green delivers. Outside. Hitters count for Mr. Bailey. 3 home runs on the year. Rather, 7 home runs on the year. 3 triples. Ball 4. So, similar to last inning, leadoff walk for the Generals. You have to think Coach Malik wants Bailey to be smart on the base path with the way the inning ended last time. Green's first pitch to France. Outside, ball 1. So Josh France, the catcher for the day. He's coming into the season batting at a 160 clip. Does have 21 runs batted in. The 1-0, way outside, ball 2. The 2-0, ground ball to first base, gets through. Bailey on his horse to second. He's going to third. The throw from the right fielder gets cut off. So now they have runners on the corner with nobody out for the Generals.
Nice job of hitting there by France. Just striking it by the first baseman's mitt. So Jackson's got something going here, and that's what they want. They just want to get runners on, start the system, get a flow in the lineup going, and put some pressure on Southwest Tennessee defensively as well as obviously on their pitcher.
As Mike Kahn steps up to the plate. Nice base running there by Bailey to get all the way to third also. So, as you said, runners on the corners, good situation here for the Generals.
I mean, Southwest is looking for a ground ball to try to turn 2. They'll give up the run to get 2 outs. So Jackson really optimally would like to see a ball put in the outfield.
First pitch is outside, ball 1. Sacrificing a run for an out. You're exactly right. That's where the Salukis are right now. delivery. Gets away from the catcher, but he fields it cleanly, so now it's a 2-0 count. Stallings doing a nice job of keeping it in front. As we'll have a mound visit by the assistant coach for the Saluk. He just wants to settle down his pitcher. No action in the bullpens.
Yeah, I've remember these kind of visits. I mean, he's just telling him, look, settle down. Let's find the strike zone. Execute your pitches. Don't worry about what the third base runner's doing. Don't get distracted. We got to focus on the hitter, and let's get a ground ball. Let's get the 2 double play here and give up the run and try to get this inning short.
So you're thinking this visit's more mental than it is physical in terms of his delivery and his execution on pitches. It's all about his psyche right now.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, in this kind of game when it's a play-in, it's one and done type game. I mean, the nerves start working. I'm sure it's in the second inning, and he's still trying to feel out what he's trying to get done. So I think that's probably what the coaches also tell him. Look, relax, breathe, and let's get the job done.
The 2-0 pitch to Kahn. Outside corner, strike one. So it looks like that talk helped him out.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch there on the outside corner. Like I said, they're looking for a ground ball, and he's not a power pitcher, so he's got to execute location.
2-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
So it looks like the book on how they're going to pitch to Kahn is outside on the outside corner. Now this is a 2-2 pitch. He really wants to get him right here. So might see something off speed.
The 2-2. Hit down the line to right, but foul.
That was a pretty good swing there. I think he left the ball out over the plate, obviously. I don't think that was exactly the location he was looking for.
Problem with trying to paint the outside corner, sometimes if you miss, it hangs right over the middle portion of the plate. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big out by Braden Green. That brings in Will Harris, the first baseman. And now that's a huge out, Mark, because it opens up that double play to get out of the inning.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, now it kind of puts some pressure on Jackson State. Coach might be thinking about, moving this runner at first, but I don't know really the batter here. If he has, you got to have good back control. So it's a lot of pressure now on Jackson, but the pitcher's got to execute and make his pitches. He needs to get back and get ahead of the hitters here. He's kind of dropped in where he's getting behind. Will
Harris up 1-0, and that one's popped straight up. It's like first baseman's going to get under it, and he makes the catch for the second out. So a nice piece of pitching there as Swanberg makes the put out, and now he can get out of this jam, Will Green.
Yeah, it looked like a good pitch there, a good hitting pitch. I I'm sure he's disappointed with what he did with that pitch, but yes, I mean, now here we are, and Southwest is one good pitch away from getting out of a really tight spot here.
Parker Moss wants to see a base hit as he is up to the plate for the Generals. First pitch to him's outside. So Braden Green had runners on the corner, nobody out. Now he's got 2 outs with runners on the corner, looking to strand a couple Generals on the base path. The 1-0, high and outside, ball 2.
Green, looking at his stats, I mean, he's looks to be a control type pitcher. His walks, he's thrown 53 innings total in the conference, and he only has 26 walks. So, I mean, he's known to keep the ball around the plate. But, it's, again, getting behind like this, you are really rolling the dice, especially, you get behind like this, you got to bring the ball over the plate. And
as that pitch is in there for strike 1, but a 3-1 count for Parker Moss, and it's a hitter's count. He'll be looking to swing away. Foul tip, strike 2. So a full count to Parker Moss. A big at-bat here early in the game.
Yeah, runner will be moving here, so a base hit could give you 2 runs in the gap.
The payoff pitch, ball 4. So Parker Moss lays off the high cheese, and now it's bases juice for Bailey Etheridge. Etheridge on the season is hitting at 171. 14 hits on the year, 7 RBIs, 15 walks. So a hitter here that towards the bottom of the lineup needs to come up big for the Generals as he takes a mighty cut and swings and misses.
These Jackson State hitters look to be very aggressive. I mean, I think they're kind of swinging out of the zone. But, you know, Jackson State's history has always been very good hitters, very aggressive.
A lot of power coming from the Jackson State Generals in years past as he takes a pitch there 1-1.
I mean, looking at their numbers, they're really off this year. And, you know, and obviously that will be reflected in your overall record. I mean, this is not the type of Jackson State team that, you know, we're accustomed to seeing over the years.
The 1-1. Etheridge hits it up the middle. That'll get down. 1 run is in. The runner from second staying at third. And so the Jackson State Generals get on the board. 2-1 your score. Nice piece of hitting by Etheridge.
So we're back up to the top of the order now. And, you know, once again, Green needs to, you know, get back in the zone. He's just getting behind hitters. And, you know, when you get behind, it's just you're rolling the dice, like I said earlier. I mean, at this level, you don't find a lot of pitchers that can execute in really tight location when you get behind.
The first pitch to Bibaloni in there for strike 1. Bibaloni walked his last at-bat and got a stolen base before getting caught in a pickle. So bases are loaded. Got 1 run already in. And the second baseman, Bibaloni, at the plate. The 0-1. Outside in the dirt. Nice job of blocking that up by Stallings to make it a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that was a really nice job. He shifted weight really fast, and it kept the ball in front of him. Good fundamentals there.
Braden Green's 1-1 pitch. Floats outside. Ball 2. The pitch hit up the middle, and that'll get through. Trying to find the gap, and 1 run will score. The runner from second coming to third. The runner from first going to third, and he will get in. So 2 runs have come in now. Bibaloni with a 2 RBI double.
No, nice job of hitting. You know, like I said earlier, you put the ball in the zone with Jackson. You know, anybody, they're going to hit the ball like this, and Green's got to get back to getting ahead and finding his spots. So he's paying the price for some bad location or pitching right now.
It's a simple thing, isn't it? Getting ahead of hitters, it's just such a useful thing for a pitcher, not only mentally, but you can just work around being ahead, and the hitter's at a disadvantage already. First pitch to right's outside, ball 1. The 1-0, also outside, ball 2. Still no action in the Southwest bullpen. This is one of those games where you got to pull everybody out. You just got to find outs. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of action in the bullpens in today's matchups as that one floats in strike 1. DJ Wright, a dangerous hitter, has 2 runners in scoring position right now. The 2-1. Foul ball. Green steps off the rubber, wants to get his pitches realigned as Stallings gives him the location. 2-2. Good pitch, strike 3. He gets out of it, but not before Jackson State can scratch across 3 runs. So your score now, heading to the top of the 3rd inning, 3-2, Jackson Generals. Top of the third inning here. Southwest Salukis coming up to the plate. Your score 3-2, Jackson State, as they got 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Leading off this inning, the right fielder Blake Daniels. Jackson State getting some big hits from Ian Bibaloni, driving in 2 runs, as Blake Etheridge also drove in a run. First pitch to Daniels is outside, ball 1. The 1-0 in the other batter's box, ball 2.
Now Rickman coming out to here. Your team's got you back in the lead now, so the challenge for him is and it happens to a lot of pitchers, is after you've gotten the lead, is to shut the other team down in the next inning and let your guys get back in and keep on the momentum that they built from their last at bat. So this is the challenge for him right now.
Rickman readjusts as he wants to get the right pitch. The 2-0 to Daniels. Outside corner, strike 1. That's what he was hunting for with those first 2 pitches.
Now I see Blake Daniels is from a town in Arkansas called Mark Tree. Have you ever been to Mark Tree?
I have not.
Is that a town I'm not familiar with that town.
Nor am I.
Marked Tree.
As he fouls that one off, right off a foul pole, as he marks the pole there. The Arkansas native. That's not too far from Southwest.
Maybe we have somebody listening in, or maybe his parents or something from Mark Tree, and they can let us know exactly what the location is for the town.
The 2-2. Slap down the third base line. Drifting foul. So he's staying alive here, the 2-2 count. Rickman delivers. Fouled back. So Daniels is on the ball. If he's fouling it backwards, that tends to make me think that he's seeing it well. It's just a matter of making good contact in fair territory. Two swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nice pitch by Rickman.
That was a nice off-speed curveball there. Daniels is looking very aggressive off those last couple of swings, so that was a nice decision there to take some speed off it and get him way out on the front foot.
That brings up the first baseman, Chris Swanberg. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Outside corner, strike 1. So it looks like Rickman sees those left-handed batters and immediately draws his eyes to the outside corner.
That's a nice pitch there.
Called low for a ball 1. It was a nice pitch. One's hit to the third base side. That'll get through. So Chris Swanberg now 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles.
Nice job of hitting there. Took the outside pitch and just moved it, got the hands out there quick, and shot that ball between short and third.
Just a situation of taking what the pitcher gives you. If he's going to throw it to the outside corner, get your hands out there, get the barrel out there, slap it to the left side of the field, try and find a hole. So Ethan Stallings coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. The fly out to center field. Chopper, that gets over the third baseman's head. Swanberg around second, he'll stay there. That was a big league chopper, if you will, as that bounced straight over the third baseman's head, DJ Wright.
So now we see that this infield grass is very hard. We're going to have to talk to Coach Dennis about that, who oversees the program here, obviously. But you're right. See that type of hit. It's frustrating for a pitcher to get that. You feel like you've gotten the ground ball, and when you first comes off the bat, you think you have the ability to turn a double play.
As that brings up Nate Sumner, his first pitch. That one's floated in there for strike 1. Sumner playing second base today. He had a single earlier and ended up scoring a run. The 0-1. Paints the corner 0-2. Nice pitch there. 0-2 down low, ball 1. Couldn't get him to chase.
Yeah, Rickman looks like he likes to start that curveball outside of the plate, let the batter kind of relax and bring that thing right in on the outside part of the plate and get that called strike.
The 1-2. Ground ball. That's at the plate as it's ruled foul. So umpire on top of that one. That would have been a big play for Jackson.
Yeah, because the batter was not doing anything there, so you're right. It would have been almost was certainly an easy play to first, but it would have been a bang-bang play at second because the runner was moving.
Sumner stays alive here with a 1-2 count. That one's a high fly ball in the left center field. Tracking it is Bailey. He reels it in for the second out of the inning. That was quite a tomahawk chop by Sumner up high. He climbed the ladder there. Brings up Blake Donalds, the DH. He walked and got all the way to third last time he was at the plate, but drew a walk at a crucial portion of the game. First pitch. Outside, doesn't get the call, ball 1.
That was a nice pitch. Like I said, he's working the outside part of the plate on both sides. Starts that curveball right at the batter's hip.
The 1-0. That one's hitting to the shortstop. He can't make the play. So the runner from second coming around third. Bailey's having trouble bobbling it. There's a play at second. If Bailey can get rid of it, throws it to third. He's safe. Nice big piece of base running there. Kind of a bit of confusion, but the Salukis tied the game at 3.
Yeah, that runner there got himself stuck in between second and third, kind of hesitated, waited to see, and the left fielder seemed hesitant to get the ball back into the infield until the runner was 3/4 of the way to third base.
Well, he doesn't field it cleanly. That made Stallings think about going to third, but then he was stuck in no man's land, and it was kind of almost a outfield-involved pickle where they were running back and forth. Stallings committed to third and made a nice play as Dalton Sensabaugh comes up to the plate. Outside corner, strike 1.
The big 2-out hit, though, and those are the kind of things you got to have in these kind of games, or really any game, but the 2-out hits are really backbreakers to pitchers. You feel like you're going to get out of the inning.
As now it's tied up, and that pitch in there, strike 2. So Sensabaugh thought about going around, didn't commit, and now he's down 0-2. Thought about it, doesn't go around, ball 1.
Looks like the wind's kind of died a little bit since the beginning of the game. Flag's really not doing a whole lot.
The 1-2, up high, ball 2. We've seen a lot of hits that are, I don't want to say bloop hits, but kind of weak fly balls that drop over infield and outfielders, kind of basically baseballs that have eyes. The 1-2 pitch, 2-2 pitch rather, is fouled off. Nobody able to grab the upper hand in this game thus far. Two runners going to second. Tough play for the catcher. Thought about throwing, but does not. So a stolen base there for Blake Donalds.
Let's go, 4.
All right, big opportunity here for Southwest. Get 2-out hit here.
As the infield's starting to play back a little bit. They do have 2 outs, 3-2 pitch. The payoff to Sensabaugh. Outside, doesn't get the call.
Boy, that's a nice pitch.
Walks,
Nice
the bases
pitch.
loaded. As you
Must
said.
have been just off the plate, but from back here, it looked like where the ball, where he wanted it to be. But
And boy, are the Generals not happy where they are right now. Coming up to the plate, Christian Busby. He's 1 for 2 today. He has a stolen base, a home run, and he grounded out to third base. So Bases juice, 2 outs. First pitch down to the dirt, ball 1.
I would imagine he's not going to see too many fastballs. And it's funny, he's comes hitting a home run first time up. The wind starts blowing hard again to left field. So I would think Jackson State is going to be feeding him a lot of off-speed pitch here.
The 1-0. In there, strike 1. So Busby maybe getting off speed. The wind is blowing to his side. Hit it out to left field for the first at-bat of the tournament. One swung on and missed. Strike 2. He wanted it. He's seeing that they're going outside, so he's starting to inch a little that way.
Yeah, he needs to take that off-speed pitch, throw your hands, and take that thing over the second baseman's head. There's a big gap. Center field shading to left.
1-2. Swung on and missed. A big out there for strike 3. So Southwest gets another run across to tie this game at 3-3 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bottom 3 here, your score 3-3 as the Jackson Generals coming up to the plate. Led off by 3-hole hitter Garrett Guyman. Braden Green throws first pitch, a ball. So Guyman on the day struck out looking last at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One of that inside pitch. So Southwest has scored a run in every inning that they've come to the plate. And as for the Generals, they scored 3 last inning. They scored in bunches. That one fouled off for a 1-2 count.
The Guyman's got 36 RBIs on the year, the second highest on their team, so he is a run producer.
The 1-2. High fly ball in the center field. Hits it right at him. As he's having trouble finding it, does reel it in. As Sensabaugh makes the play for the first out of the inning. Looked like he had some trouble finding that ball.
Yeah, I mean, there's clouds in the sky, but sometimes on a bright sky.
And he hit it right on the nose, right at him. Yeah, it's kind of tough to judge sometimes as that brings up Donnell Bailey. Bailey walked and scored last at-bat. Off-speed pitch is fouled back.
Yeah, Bailey looks to be one of those really aggressive, what I remember Jackson, a very aggressive hitter. He takes good cuts.
One grounded. Can it find a hole? It does. So base hit there for Bailey as they have one on with 1 out. Brings up Josh France. He singled and scored last at-bat. France, the native of Spring Hill, Tennessee. As that one's fouled off. As we have a 1-1 count to the catcher.
Really aggressive swing there. I'd like to come back with a changeup, something very off speed.
Looks like he tried to pull the string there. Too high, ball 2.
Might be a good running pitch right here. I wouldn't be surprised maybe. I don't see a hit and run, see some movement going on here. Pitcher's got to come into the zone.
The 2-1. It's a high fly ball. Over to Sensabaugh. He's tracking it down. He overran it. Burnt toast, no butter, and Bailey's on his horse. He's headed to third. Left fielder fields it, throws it into the cutoff man. Bailey played to plate. They throw to third. Not in time. He's safe. So an error out there by Sensabaugh leads to a run, and now France is on third base with 1 out.
You were right earlier with that center fielder. I mean, I guess there's, he had trouble with the batter before picking up that ball, so I guess there's some issues for him, obviously, because he just dead overran that.
Well, the first one that was hit out to him, he ran up, and it kind of looked like he wasn't 100% confident in where it was. And so that case being very similar in that it's hit on the button, and he's just not able to read it correctly as that one goes over our heads.
Now we got the winds back blowing hard to center left, and maybe that maybe had something to do with it too. He didn't adjust for wind because
it wasn't like the ball was slicing either. That was pretty
I didn't
straight
even
up.
think that was a really hard hit ball. It looked like somewhat of a routine fly ball.
As Mike Kahn is hit by the pitch now with runners on the corner. It may not be the worst thing in the world for the Salukis as it opens up a double play.
Now batting for Jackson State, the second hitter, playing first, and 22 is Will Harris.
So, folks, remember that as the games go on today, the center fielder and the outfield, the wind, it's not necessarily a can of corn out there when you hit it high and deep. As Will Harris comes up to the plate, he flew out to the first baseman. Nice pitch inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside corner, strike 1. So Green looking to get out of another jam this inning as he's got runners on with only 1 out. Throw over to first, not in time as Kahn's back safely.
No, Jackson doesn't do a lot of running. They only have 9 stolen bases on the year, although, this would be, to me, a good time to get that guy in motion, stay out of the double play. But
exactly. You want to avoid that as much as you can. Inside pitch is taken for a ball. We've already seen 1 stolen base today by Bibiloni as he took second base in the second at-bat of the game. He after drawing a walk.
I mean, Harris doesn't have a high strikeout count this year, so, I think the timing might be right for something here, especially on a 2-1.
The pitch, outside corner, finds it, strike 2. Floats outside for a foul ball, so Harris stays alive. Looks like they're ruling that hit for a hit for Josh France. The hit to Sensabaugh out in center field, so he is rewarded with a triple.
That's the thing; you have to give him a hit because the ball never touched the glove. Although obviously everybody sees it, it's like that's a mental error.
2-2. Here's your double play ball. Hits it to shortstop. Out at second. Over to first. Not in time. Run comes across. Will Harris hustling to make it to first base in a somewhat questionable slide in terms of from Kahn. It looks like the Salukis are arguing it, but they're not going to get it. Nice job of hitting there by Harris to beat it out.
Yeah, that was a slow developing toss from the shortstop. I mean, I've been a little bit more aggressive going to get that ball, knowing that Harris doesn't move that fast up the line. But he let the ball kind of get to him, and it took a lot of time to make that turn at second base. By then it was too late.
Definitely not your routine double play ball there, but Jackson State scratches another one across, now 5-3. First pitch, Harris is running. Throw down to second, that looks a little high, and he makes it. Nice job by the first baseman swiping a bag.
Now that I like to see that. Now, doing something different. Harris only has 2 stolen bases on the year. I'm sure Salukis are looking at the stats thinking they weren't really looking at him as being on the move, and that's a good job of coaching and really being aggressive once again in this type of game.
Yeah, talk about building on the momentum. That's what the Generals are looking to do. The 1-0, high, ball 2. Still no action. The pin over by Southwest's dugout. Like I said, this is kind of one of those games where you got to find as many outs as you can get from any pitcher. Braden Green's delivery, way outside, ball 3. So it looks like maybe fatigue is setting in for him as he's having trouble finding the zone.
Yeah, these last 2 innings have been, deep innings from him pitch count wise. I mean, like I said, I'm shocked. I'm kind of surprised like you that we don't have seen somebody just up getting loose, kind of starting to get in motion.
That one's ball 4. So 4 pitches, 4 balls, a walk for Parker Moss, and that brings up Bailey Etheridge.
I mean, he's lost command of his fastball. So, we're once again in another kind of a moment here where we've been on first and second. Big hit by Jackson here gives him a lot of separation. Now we see somebody getting up now and moving around.
As we have some action in the bullpen, we'll get you that name as quick as we can. First pitch to Etheridge is hitting the center field. The shift is not going to be able to make that play, and Sinsball dives and can't make it. The runner from second scores. The runner from first coming to third. He's coming home. Etheridge going to third, and it looks like it's a two-run triple for Blake Etheridge. A big hit there. Bailey Etheridge, rather.
Really, the center fielder laid out, tried to make a big play there. I don't really know if he had a chance for that. In some cases, it's better just to give up that one, give up the hit, stay in front, and get the ball back in the infield. So he turned into a big, big play there. Saluki's got warming up. Number 23, Grayson Hall.
Just to go back to that play out in center field, maybe one of those situations where you're trying to overcorrect for the previous play and get caught trying to make a spectacular one rather than just knocking it down and trying to get out of the inning with less damage. As Ian Bibaloni coming up to the plate here, third at-bat in the third inning. As first pitch is a strike. So he's walked, he's doubled, and now with the runner on third being Bailey Etheridge, who's 2 for 2 with a single and a triple. Bibaloni swings and misses for strike 2. So Jackson not scoring in the first inning, scoring 3 in the second, now 4 thus far in the third inning. 0-2. Inside ball 1.
I mean, they're shading to the left field. Center field's really shaded to the left field side. It leaves that gap open in center right field.
That's what Etheridge took advantage of. The 1-2 down in the dirt. It's one of those instances where it was on the outside corner and he got the barrel on it to where it kind of cut towards the gap that, like you said, they shifted.
There was some good tail on the ball. You could really follow it from our standpoint.
The 3-2, 2-2 rather, fouled off.
Yeah, these Jackson State hitters, I mean, I'm watching them. They're upswing, launch type. I mean, they're trying to get the ball into the air.
If you're not able to locate your fastball or off speed, they're going to be able to tee off. 2-2, that's a dribble. It looks like it hit off of him. It's a foul ball. So now's the time of the game where we could be potentially in the chess match in terms of pitching and finding guys to get outs and rotating arms.
Let's go, 3.
2-2 to Bibaloni with DJ Wright on deck. Swing fouled off. And Stallings was not able to keep the ball in possession, so he'll get another chance. Close one there.
Now, the winner of this game gets the honor and privilege of playing the #1 ranked team in the nation, Walters State. So, although winning is the priority today, you want to hopefully not gut your pitching staff.
Yeah.
Having to get through that with what you're going to be facing tomorrow.
Exactly. 2-2. Floated in there, strike 3. So Green gets out of it, but not before allowing 4 runs, and Ian Bibaloni goes down on strikes. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, your score 7-3, Jackson State. Top 4 here. So we have our first pitch from Rickman on the outside corner, strike 1. So, Mark, tell me the mentality here for Alan Rickman. You've got a 4-run lead. You can not play around necessarily, but you've got some room for error.
Yeah, I mean, now he's got a 4-run lead. It looks like he's starting to develop. He's getting his off-speed pitches over. So now it's just, man, I want to shut down this lineup this inning and get back in and put some more runs on the board.
You just want to get back on offense as quickly as possible. He's tied 1-1 now. Now it's a 1-2 count, rather. With Tucker King up to the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Way outside. Ball 2.
Really nice crowd. I mean, I'm really. I mean, it's a beautiful day, but the whole campus is really between softball and baseball. There's a lot of people here.
2-2 is hitting the center field. That should get down. And as the Jackson General center fielder tries to knock it down, he slips. So King will get to second with a leadoff double. Tough play out there for center field.
Now batting playing shortstop #25.
Looked like he made the correct decision, did Mike Kahn, but a little late.
Yeah, I mean,
You wanted to block
it's
it
tough.
up.
I mean, it's hard to be being critical. It's like the wind is blowing hard to left field, so the ball could be knuckling. I mean, there's no telling what they're seeing out there coming at them. But
First pitch to Nobles on the outside corner, strike 1.
I mean, he let the ball hit off him, so he kept the ball close to him. It didn't turn into a big. I mean, a double's a double, but
1 runner on here for Jacob Nobles, as he's 0 for 2 today with 2 ground outs to shortstop. Fly ball. That could be trouble.
could be trouble here.
Valloni's trying to track it down, and he does. Nice play by the sophomore there for 1 out. Like you said,
that was a really nice play by the second baseman because quite the shortstop or the center fielder was completely off that play. I mean, the right fielder came in, but it was like the second baseman better take this fly ball, which really looked like it should have been a center field type play right there.
Maybe it's the wind, but both teams have their center fielders shifted very far towards the left side of the field.
Yeah.
And on multiple occasions, they've been caught in between. Brings up Blake Daniels. Goes around. Nice pitch there.
I mean, credit the second baseman. You want an aggressive second baseman. His job is to get out there, go deep until somebody yells him off to take the ball. So he took control of the play, and nobody called him off. So he was right there to make it.
Sprinkle in the fact that he's trying to hold the runner at second sometimes. 0-1 pitch. Tried it again. Not able to get it to go around 1-1. As we see just a stone's throw away, the softball tournament going on as they're dragging the field preparing for another game. Region 7 softball hosted by Chattanooga State. The 1-1.
Nice pitch.
Good pitch there. Doesn't get the call.
Must have been a little low. I mean, Southwest mentality, just keep chipping away. I mean, it's a 9-inning game. You're down 4. It's not really a time to panic still. You just want to put runners on base and try to make some things happen here.
1-1. Swung on and fouled off. 1-2. They've had some good at-bats thus far. As like you said, it's a long ball game. Only near the halfway point here. There's a lot of ball to be played.
I mean, we've seen that the ball gets in the air out here, and weird things can happen.
Rickman checks on the runner at second. Nobody there. This King will get back safely. The 1-2. Ground ball. That'll get through by Will Harris, and they'll see if the runner will sit. He's sitting home. Tucker King rounding third, and he'll come into home plate standing up. So a nice piece of hitting there by Blake Daniels as he drives in a run.
Nice job. Like you said, I mean, he rolled over the ball, put enough power on it to get by first base. So now they got something going here, and you've got Swanberg coming up who's had 2 hits the last 2 times. So, you know, he's able to put the bat on the ball.
Chipping away. That's what the Salukis are doing. That's what they've done all game. They've scored in every inning that they've played, albeit now only 1 run per inning. They'd like to double that, if not add more. First pitch to Swanberg is a strike, a high hack, as he's unable to connect. So you've got Blake Daniels on first, Rickman on the mound, looking to get a double play, and Swanberg, like you said, 2 hits today. Nice pitch, a little high and outside, ball 1. So 7-4 your score as Southwest scoring in every inning that they come to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Swanberg now just wants to protect the plate. Move, hit the ball where the ball's at. If it's on the outside, throw the hands and hit it to left field.
Coach Schoenrock wants to preach,
you got
just
that
do
ball.
your job, as that's a high fly ball in the center field. We've seen this happen a couple times. Nice catch by Mike Kahn on the warning track as he throws it in for the second out.
That ball was well hit, I thought, when it first got off the bat. But, you know, the wind has died at this point, so that might have had some things to do with it. But you're right. Center fielder really got after that ball, didn't drift with it, and found the fence and made a really nice play.
400 to dead center, and that's where it looked like Swanberg was hitting for, as he just didn't get enough of the wind. And that'll bring up Ethan Stallings. He singled last time he was up.
Wouldn't be surprised maybe to see some movement here. You know, the Salukis stole 30 bases this year, which is on the high side for the conference. So, you know, with 2 outs and you're down 3 runs,
Nice pickoff over to first.
it'd be nice to get this guy to second base. Stallings had a base hit the last time up, so maybe hit and run, open up that right side.
Seems like the Generals have the same idea you do as they keep throwing over to first base. Check on Daniels. Stallings gets a high fly ball to left field. The shortstop tracking it down, and Bailey calls him off. So that's the 3rd out of the inning, but the Salukis get a run across the board to make it 7-4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning right here on the Region 7 TCCAA baseball tournament play-in game. All right, bottom 4 here. And Braden Green still on the hill for the Salukis, and DJ Wright coming up to the plate for the Generals. 7-4 your score. Jackson State on top. First pitch to DJ Wright is low, ball 1. Right on the day is a walk and a strikeout. As that pitch down low again. 2-0. Strike in there as Stallings unable to hold on to it. 2-1. That ball is low. DJ Wright in a hitter's count right here. Chopper, the shortstop. Third baseman cuts him off, throws over to first. In time. Nice piece of defense there by Tucker King.
Green really made a nice pitch there, got in on his hands, got that nice roller. I mean, now we're kind of moving into the point now into the bottom of the 4th where he's had a high pitch. He's starting to get into a pitch count where you got people standing up around the bullpen, so the leash is really tight now at this point.
Definitely, as Garrett Guyman comes up to the plate. That pitch is way outside ball 1, and it looks like even the ground balls here are difficult plays. The choppers have been high. The fly balls in the outfield have been knuckling and drifting, and not an easy day to play defense here. So there's another one in center field. Sends the ball, tracking it down, and is unable to make the catch. As it's a ground rule double, Garrett Guyman gets on base yet again. So he has a double as Sensabaugh unable to track that one down. A nice piece of hitting there as Green leaves one over the plate.
I mean, the center fielder, it looked like he was a little bit unsure where he was. I mean, he knew he was close to the fence, but he kind of stopped and ball got over. It's amazing. We've seen how many plays we've seen in center field today on fly balls, and it's
at least a few, and
everyone's been kind of we got to wait and see how it plays out. It's
if the ball's heading to center field, it's by no means a surefire thing. As Donnell Bailey takes the first pitch for ball 1. Way inside ball 2.
Now you got a base open here. Bailey's obviously the 4-hole hitter. He's a big slugger for him. He had a base hit last time, so I'm going to be really, really careful here. I mean, if I walk this Bailey, it's fine. I'm still got a double play situation.
2-0. Outside ball 3. So it looks like the bullpen's somewhat intensifying over there as they're maybe looking to move on from Braden Green. (3-0). Strike. Called strike. The umpire calls him back as Bailey thought it was ball 4.
3-1 here. I'm going to probably looking for an off-speed pitch, change up, something to really get him out in front. He's going to be aggressive looking for a fastball.
Absolutely. Hitters count with a 3-run lead, rather. He's going to be swinging. High fly ball. That's headed towards the concession stand as it'll be out of play. So counts full to Bailey as Green would love to get another strikeout here. Be his 5th on the day, rather.
I mean, I'm not looking to go inside on him. I'm looking to go outside, off the plate, try to get him to swing at a bad pitch. Like I said, you got a base open, so he doesn't want to make a mistake here.
The payoff pitch hits him. So now double play ball is in play as Bailey gets hit by the pitch. Is that first? That brings up Josh Frentz.
Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're going to miss inside, really miss inside.
Frentz last at bat got all the way to third base on a fly ball to center field. One of the many plays we've mentioned where it was a tough play for Sensabaugh to make. And look, if you can see the flag out in center field, it's starting to blow towards the left.
Now, center fielder's straight up. There's no shade on this, so he's playing him straight up. Of course, like I said, that you said the last time he was up, the ball was just on the second base side of center field. So he's playing him to pull slightly.
The first pitch of the catcher. In there, strike one. Nice pitch. Green delivers. Outside, ball one. The 1-1. Inside, ball two. So Green behind the catcher, France, who is 2 for 2 today. He's done nothing but get on base.
Yeah, this is a big pitch here. You know, his pitch count is up.
Doesn't want to allow any more runs.
Yeah, he's.
Now a hitter's count for the catcher.
I can see a change coming up here. I mean, with a walk here, you got bases loaded and 1 out. I mean, this game could go wide open.
Grant steps out, gets a couple more practice swings.
France has got to be really looking for his pitch here. The box has got to be tight, something in the zone that he wants.
Lefty fouls it off to the left field side as that'll reach the tennis courts.
And that was a good cut. He got in on his hands a little bit. You know, 3-2 here. I've seen running situations on here. France looks like the guy. He's the guy that can put the bat on the ball. Wouldn't be a bad time to hit and run here.
As the Generals have healthy leads on the base path, high for ball 4. So now Green is, with that walk, has loaded the bases up for Mike Kahn.
You know, this might be all we're going to see here of Green. Yeah, he's going to make a move. And we'll get you the information on the new pitcher here.
Looks like it's going to be number 23, Grayson Hall.
Now, Hall is a sophomore, right-handed pitcher. He threw about 25 innings here. Record of 1-3. Had 11 appearances. .75 ERA.
Yeah, and in a tough situation here with the bases loaded and only 1 out.
He's a redshirt sophomore from Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Another Arkansas kid here for the Salukis as they're trailing by 3 runs with the bases loaded and only 1 out.
Now, he stepped into a situation here, but you know, with one out and bases loaded, you're just looking for a ground ball or an infield fly, but
as Mike Kahn coming up to the plate, he's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, and was thrown out at second last time he was up to the plate. Playing center field today, so he knows the issues with trying to track down the ball out there at the center field position. We'll do a reset here and bring Mike Kahn up to the plate. Grayson Hall, in relief of Braden Green, who has all the runners. He's responsible for all the runners on the base. First pitch from Hall, outside and low, ball 1. Middle infield's playing a double play ball depth as the corners are pushed in a little bit. Good pitch there as he gets a strike. The 1-1. That's a high fly ball in the right field. Tracking it down is Donalds. He makes a catch. Nice falling catch as he throws it in the infield, but that'll bring home a run. So Jackson State gets the sacrifice fly as they now lead 8-4.
Nice job of hitting there by Kahn. Good fly ball, deep enough where the runner could tag easily and get in to score.
So that brings up Will Harris. Got enough on that ball to drive home a run. Nice catch there by Donald as he was falling down when he made it. So that makes me think the wind is a factor even late in the fly ball. First pitch to Harris is a strike. So a 1-1 count to Will Harris, the first baseman. Ground ball up the middle. That gets by the pitcher, and that'll bring home another run. So Jackson State with a big hit by Will Harris going right by the glove of Hall. Now makes it 9-4.
Harris singles, which brings to the plate the right fielder, number 16, Parker Moss.
Well, the story's always the same when you're pitching. If you put the ball in a zone, regardless of what level you're playing, you're going to most likely get the ball hit very hard right back, and that's what we're seeing right now. Jackson State's seeing the ball really well.
They're putting the barrel of the bat on the ball on multiple occasions here. So 2 on, 2 out, and it brings up Parker Moss. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Hall wanted to get out of this inning by stopping the bleeding, if you will, and then Moss fouls that one off to the tennis courts. Limit the damage. That's all Hall has to be thinking right now. The 0-2 to Moss. Down to third, he gets away from Stallings. The runners will advance.
Turn. Get the dugout.
As it does get into the dugout, and the run will score. So a tough play for Stallings to make, as the umpires, rather, will be discussing it. The runners did advance on the pass ball.
Did that ball not get into the dugout? I thought they get an extra base. No.
The umpire is, I guess, ruling the initial advance as the extra base. Not entirely sure.
Okay, we just got some clarification there from officials that it's one base only.
Since it's from the pitcher, if it's from the field, then they would be able to advance to home. So still 9-4 your score. 2 the count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position as Hall steps off the rubber. The delivery, fly ball, that's no can of corn.
This could be interesting here.
Shortstop trying to track it down is Nobles. He gets under it, makes a play. So the Generals score 2 more runs to make it a 9-4 lead. As Jackson State, we head to the top of the 5th inning. 9-4 your score here between the Jackson State Generals and the Southwestern State Salukis. in the top of the 5th inning. 9-4 your score. Jackson State Generals on top, and Nate Sumner for the Southwestern State coming up to the plate. Southwest scoring in every run. I've probably said it 3 or 4 times. Every run, a run in every inning, rather. And they're up to 4 this game. And that pitch from Rickman outside, ball 1. So Rickman's still on the mound for the Generals. They're looking to conserve some pitching as much as they can. I went outside, ball 2. Rickman finds the strike zone for strike 1. So 2-1 to Nate Sumner, second baseman today. He's got a single and he flew out to left field. That one low for ball 3. The hitters count for Sumner. Inside corner called strike 2. So a full count to the second baseman. He was hitting on the season .305 with a .393 on base percentage. That's a nice piece of hitting there. That'll get down in the gap. Sumner rounding first, looking to go to second. Kahn can't make the play cleanly. Sumner stays at second with a leadoff double.
Nice piece of hitting there. You know, I think I was watching him between first and second. He kind of was thinking about, should I go for that triple or not? But the last thing you want is to be the first out on third, especially when you're down by 5 runs. So he made the right decision stopping right there.
So Sumner's on with a nice piece of base hitting and base running as he was wise to stay at second. I agree. It looked like he had that mindset of stretching it to third. That'll bring up Blake Donalds.
Well, and Donald's had a base hit last time, so you know they're in a good spot right here, possibly to make some things go.
Foul ball, fouls it back. No 1 count. I remember last time the Region 7 baseball tournament was here at Chattanooga State. If I'm not mistaken, I know Jackson State was playing, but I'm fairly certain it was either Vol or Southwest, but long story short, it went 12 innings, and your final score was 18-15. A lot of offensive firepower. You were hinting at the Jackson in recent years having a lot of pop. That team definitely did, scoring 18 runs.
Makes me think the wind might have been blowing out that day, too. I don't know. I mean, with that kind of score, but you never.
Fortunately for us, it was the late game. So extra innings in the late game and scoring 18 runs. It was quite a doozy. The 0-2. Nice piece of pitching there as he finds the outside corner, strike 3. It's almost like Rickman needs to get a runner in scoring position for him to find the strike zone. Kind of focuses in a little more.
He's done a nice job. I mean, you know, you're right. They've scored every inning, but they've only been 1. And so the damage is not, they've not had a big inning contrary to what Jackson State's done.
Just kind of nibbling away runs, and Rickman doing a nice job of not allowing just a huge inning. Nice piece of bunting there. Will be able to beat it out. DJ Wright throw to first, not in time. Nice small ball by the Salukis, a great bunt.
Nice idea and a perfect spot for the bunt. Just far enough third base side that Rickman couldn't get to the ball, and soft enough where the third baseman Wright couldn't get to it quick enough to throw him out. So you're right. Really, really nice play. And here we are, you know, first and third, and the leadoff hitter up, who we know can go deep.
And that could change the game really quick with one swing of the bat. Hey, you take your home run. I think one of the most exciting plays in baseball are the bunt for singles. I love it. Christian Busby already has a home run today. Struck out last time he was up. Home run swing there as he fouls it off.
Well, he challenged him on that first pitch. I mean, you got a 5-run lead. You know, you want to get ahead, but he challenged him. But the wind's dying. Right, it's a little soft right now. But you know what? You better be careful with those fastballs.
With runners in scoring position, looks like Southwest pops that one up. That's a tough one there. DJ Wright looking to be under it, and he reels it in for the second out of the inning. So Busby unable to get the runners moved as he flies out to third base, and there's some action actually in the Columbia State bullpen, or excuse me, Jackson State bullpen, and that'll be Spencer Woods, the left-handed pitcher.
That was a real missed opportunity there by Busby. A little bit of an uppercut swing. You know, he's thinking obviously first time up, and he's trying to do big things at that moment, and probably would have been good to dial back and,
Look for
be
the
willing to
line
get a
drives.
base hit and
Yeah.
not try to get all the marbles because 3 runs.
Tucker King doubled last at bat. He takes the first pitch for a ball.
Good chance here to maybe that right side is opened up on the infield. If he can get those hands out and drive that ball between first and second, just get a base hit.
The 1-0 count. Down in the dirt, ball 2.
Nice job there by the catcher, keeping the ball in front.
France doing his best to minimize any kind of pass ball as he slides his feet over.
Might see some movement here on the base path here. I mean, I know the coach wants to stay out of the double play here. Or it's I'm sorry, with 2 outs. Double play wouldn't be in order anyway, but also anyway to stay out of the force play.
As it looks like the coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. Since the ball does have some speed over on the first base side with being in center field, he's got to be able to move. So it looks like they'll talk to Rickman here, as I said earlier. Spencer Woods, the left-handed hurler from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, warming up, so they could maybe look for a lefty matchup with Nobles if worse comes to worse. The 2-0 pitch. King hits it up the middle. That'll get through the infield. 1 run will score. The runner from first will stay at second as he moves the runners along to make it a 9-5 game. Seen a lot of that today. A lot of balls just barely getting through.
That was a nice job of hitting there. Just the ball looked like it was in on his hands, but he fisted it out strong enough where it was just out of the outstretched reach of the shortstop. I don't know what the coach was talking to the umpire about. I don't know if it was obstruction. I don't really know what his question was on that. So we got first and second with 2 outs, and big opportunity here for Nobles.
As Nobles coming up to the plate, and Southwest doing their usual 1 run per inning. First pitch to him, nice one on the outside corner, strike 1. So Nobles wanting to put a crooked number up there for once. For the Salukis in a top half of the inning.
Well, these are the type of moments here for any team, but in these kind of games where you get an opportunity and it just takes 1 hit sometimes to just start things going.
That one on the outside corner, just a little too far off, and it's a 1-1 count.
I mean, Rickman's trying to work that outside corner. King could take that outside pitch and just drive it between first and second here. Don't try to pull it.
1-1 from Rickman. Down in the dirt, ball 2. Gets away from the catcher, but France does a nice job of moving and corralling it so since the ball is not able to move.
And the wind is whipped back up again, as you can see from the flag. I mean, it looks like the bowling almost straight out now. The trees are really active. So if ball gets up in the air with a little bit of pace, it's probably going to go.
Nobles on the season, 6 home runs, 43 RBIs. Does have 22 walks compared to 19 strikeouts, so he sees the ball well. Now has a hitter's count.
Let's go, 4.
3-1. Gets away from the catcher, runners will move along. As it looks like now, that was 2-1 count rather, now it's a 3-1 count, so still a hitter's count for Mr. Nobles, but now 2 runners in scoring position.
Now, it's really important for the catcher here. I mean, I'm working down low. You want to try to do the best to block. Don't give him a free run with the man on third base. I mean, really, it's a killer with 2 outs. You got a base open.
The 3-1 pitch. Nice one.
Nice pitch.
Outside corner makes it full. So rather than just allowing the base runner to move to first, Rickman does a great job of paying the outside corner. The payoff. Ground ball foul. spoils it. As we see Roan State piling into the bleachers here to our left as they are taking on Chattanooga State in the second of today's play-in games. The payoff, down to the dirt, ball 4. So nice AB
jump
there by Jacob Nobles.
Yeah, Rickman tried to get him to bite on that curveball off the outside, and good job of Nobles not going for it. So now we've got bases loaded, a big moment, and we're going to get a visit from Jackson State. Pick.
It's like a pitching change, and it's going to be Sam Williams. He's going to come in to face Blake Daniels, who's 2 for 3 on the game. We'll get right back with you after the warm-up pitches by Spencer Woods. Spencer Woods on the hill for the Jackson Generals as we are here in the top of the 5th inning, facing Blake Daniels. And Mark, this is one of your classic lefty-lefty matchups.
Yeah, you're right. Woods is a left-handed pitcher from Murfreesboro. The stats are, he's thrown 34 innings, but you're right. They're trying to get lefty on lefty, get a pitch in, jam them.
That's Blake Daniels coming into this at-bat, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles and a strikeout. Woods' first pitch, loopy, and inside for ball 1. Almost hit him. I want to hang that off-speed pitch to Daniels.
Yeah, well, Woods has thrown 34 innings, but he's given up 60 hits. So, he's hittable, obviously, and, his ERA is in the 10s. So this could go either way.
Ball down the dirt to Daniels. He's got 35 RBIs on the season with 9 doubles at second on the team, slugging at a .535 clip. So Daniels, probably their second most powerful hitter here for the Salukis. The 2-0. Fly ball in center field, that's not easy. Mike Kahn tracks it down and reels it in. So first can of corn fly ball to center field today goes to Jackson Generals. So the Salukis get 1 across. Your score heading to the bottom of the 5th inning, 9-5, Generals on top. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 9-5 your score. As leading off this inning, Bailey Etheridge, and he's had quite a day. 2 for 2 with a triple and a single.
Oh, that was
Fly ball deep into left field. Busby reels it in at the warning track as Etheridge was trying to go yard on the first pitch of the inning.
Yeah, that was a good cut there, and actually with the win, I'm surprised that he just didn't get quite enough. Probably a little bit on the end of his bat.
If the wind has taught you anything today, there's no telling where anything is going or how far. It's not very consistent, so you can't really gauge it. As Ian Bibaloni coming up to the plate last time struck out. First pitch to him inside, ball 1. Still some action in the Southwest bullpen. There's a couple guys getting loose. The 1-0 inside corner, strike 1.
Well, the Generals really, I think, dodged a bullet that last half there. I mean, bring that new pitcher in and hit 2-0 count. And
ground ball at third baseman, fields it cleanly, throws over to first. Bibaloni's got some speed, but he's unable to beat that one out. Nice play there by Tucker King. That'll bring up DJ Wright. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Yeah, just to go back to that last at-bat, Spencer Woods comes in for the lefty-lefty matchup. Daniels gets a 2-0 count, and then on the 2-0 pitch, swings at one that wasn't necessarily a poor pitch to swing at, but you'd like to see Spencer Woods throw a strike. He's yet to do that in his outing early in that one at-bat.
I mean, you're down 4 runs, and you're right. Those first 2 pitches were not what I consider competitive at all. So I would have liked to have seen the guy take the strike and then be ready to take a good hack. I mean, he got a good cut, but you left bases loaded when you're down 4 runs. That's
DJ Wright ahead in the count now, 3-0. Has yet to see a strike. As Southwest looking to find the zone here from Grayson Hall. That pitch is a nice outside corner fastball for strike 1.
It'd be nice here just to get a 1-2-3. So I mean, make him hit the ball somewhere and get off the field.
The 3-1. Thought about it. Does not go as they check. Oh, he did go. A late appeal from the umpire, and the first base umpire says, oh, yes, he did. Now it's full count. Doesn't look like DJ Wright's complaining very much.
No,
The payoff pitch, inside ball 4. So Hall got him back with the check swing, but unable to get the out. So 1 runner on for Garrett Guyman. DJ Wright's second walk of the day. DJ Wright in the base path, not a huge threat to steal as he takes off there. 2 stolen bases on the season, make it 3. As I was about to say, not a huge threat. He takes off on first move and gets a nice off-speed pitch to run on.
He had a really nice jump on that. I mean, that catch, granted the ball was in the dirt, but I don't even think he would have had a chance at him with a good pitch. I mean, he really had a good jump on the pitcher there.
Gotta love the aggression of the Jackson State Generals on the base path today, trying to get in scoring position with 2 outs. That pitch is down in the dirt, ball 2. Hall unable to find the zone on the first 2 pitches to Guyman. Throw over to Wright, just walking him back to second base rather. He's again has a pretty healthy lead over at second base.
Well, now the pressure's back on the pitcher here. You got a base open, so don't give in on the 2-0.
Unable to get the call in the outside corner, now 3-0. So in danger of walking another batter as more action in the bullpen for the Salukis. High fly ball to center field. He has to backtrack it. Sends a ball. Doesn't make the catch. It'll get down. The runner from second scores. And now Guyman standing up at second base. That wind is going straight back.
Be interesting to see what the call is on that. I mean, it looked like he had it. I mean, I'm inclined to say it was an error, but I mean, it was well hit, but looked like he was under it.
It was one of those situations where he was standing in front of the ball, so we were unable to see. And then next thing you know, you saw him turning around, so you knew he wasn't able to make the catch.
You know, I just saw him toss his. I think, you know, of course, he's had a tough day out there. There's no granted. It's you don't want to get on him, but he's had 2 or 3 plays here, and it's a struggle. You could tell probably in his mind a little bit too when the ball's out there.
Doesn't help that you're not entirely familiar with the stadium, as that one's fly ball up towards us. Look out! Stallings may make a catch on it, and he does. A great play by Ethan Stallings as a fly out from Donnell Bailey. But the Generals score 1. Your score now 10-5. Jackson State on top, heading to the top of the 6th inning. Here in the 6th inning, leading off is Chris Swanberg, the first baseman. Spencer Woods still on the hill for another lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to him. Outside corner, strike 1. Looks like we have a delay here for a second as the umpire is getting organized. The 0-1 swung on, fouled back. 0-2.
You know, it's really something. It just goes to show those 2-out walks always seem to come back. I mean, the Southwest got the first 2 outs rather quickly, really close to being out of the inning.
As a chopper to Woods. Woods fields it, throws it to first. Little PFP for the first out of the inning.
Nice play by the pitcher, getting off the mound there and making a nice turn. Good throw.
So that's the stuff you work on in the winter leading up to the season, and pays off there for Spencer Woods. Brings up Ethan Stallings, who made a spectacular grab to end the top of the inning behind the plate. First pitch is outside. The 1-0, fouled back, 1-1.
Woods is doing a good job. You know, he got out of that inning, last inning, and he started this inning pounding the zone with strikes, and that's what you want to do, especially with a 5-run lead.
First at bat against a right-handed hitter for Woods as the umpire calls time.
I mean, pitchers that throw strikes, it's so good on the fielders. They get in a flow.
Swung on and missed. Nice pitch there to pull the string. 1-2.
They're alert. It's when you start throwing the ball all over and you're throwing balls and the seeing that the infielders, outfielders get a little bit distracted. And
Woods Line drive out into left field. Bailey reels it in. So a nice piece of hitting there by Stallings. Hit it hard, but hit it right at Bailey for the second out of the inning.
2 outs, brings the plate, second baseman, number 4, Nate Sumner.
I'll bring up Nate Sumner.
Sumner's 2 for 3, so he's had a good day. We'd like to see some runners on base with him at bat, but
That's another lefty-lefty matchup for Mr. Woods. Good pitch
nice
there.
pitch.
Unable to get the call as it's ball 1.
Go 2-5.
So a 1-0 count to Sumner. Inside, in on his hands, foul ball headed towards the bullpen. Oh, watch out, bullpen
Whoa.
catcher, as he had to get out of the way of that one. For Southwest, warming up is number 37, Bitten Garrison, the left-handed sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee, a local product for Southwest. That ball is down in the dirt, ball 2. Two-one. Nice pitch. Doesn't get the call. 3-1.
Let's go 2-5.
Hitters count.
Ooh.
Ball 4.
Yeah.
A couple of close pitches there, but Nate Sumner gets on base yet again, and that'll bring up Blake Donalds, rather. Sumner getting a pretty healthy lead over at first. Woods with the lefty move. Delivers to the plate. Fly ball. That will get in foul territory. Heads up, folks, as it hits the top of the dugout. Donalds has a walk and a single and a stolen base today. He took second with a runner on third earlier in today's game. Donalds on the season hitting a nice 300 average. Very solid for the designated hitter this year. The 0-1, way inside, ball 2, and Sumner got caught in between, decides to go back to first. A good jump would have gotten him to second, just unable to commit. That secondary lead's all ever so important. The 1-1. Oh, got him in a pickle. We've seen this before, as it looks like there's a balk call on Woods. The umpire calling time and saying that he moved his pickup foot inside on the lift. So it's a balk, and that allows Sumner to get to second. He was dead in the water there, but is given second base on the balk call.
Let's go 2-5.
It's tough to read those left-handed pitchers on the pickoff move.
Yeah, you learn to cheat as much as you can, but if your leg breaks, there's no discussion on whether or not it's a balk or not.
1-1. Donalds,
Well,
high fly ball.
that is
deep
going
to
out.
left field, and that is out of here. So how big does that call look now? As a 2-run home run for the Southwest Salukis as Blake Donalds gets a hold of one.
Yeah, he got that ball inside, and Donalds did a good job at getting the hands through the zone quick enough where that barrel could get on it and pulled it. And with this wind, yep, that was gone as soon as it left.
So they cut the lead from 5 now just to 3. And what looked like the Jackson Generals getting out of an inning from a pickoff move now is a 2-run home run, and Dalton Sensabaugh up to the plate.
Well, Woods has done a great job, though. He gets ahead of the hit. He's been ahead of just about every hitter he's faced except for the first batter of the last inning when he came in.
A good pitch there, unable to get the call, 1-1. So 10-7 your score now as fireworks are happening. And the first time that Southwest has been able to get a crooked number up on the
There,
scoreboard.
look at that scoreboard. There's numbers all over
Yeah.
the place. I mean, look at Southwest. I mean, they have produced every inning. Look, granted, it's not been big innings, but they're chipped away.
1-2 count, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Woods allows a 2-run home run, but gets out of it. Your score now 10-7 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Jackson Generals on top. All right, here in the bottom of the 6th inning, rather, we have a new pitcher for the Salukis. Mark, what can you tell me about him?
Well, Benton Garrison, number 37. He's a left-handed pitcher, sophomore out of Memphis. Looking over the stats, he has thrown 44 innings, 2-9 record, started 12 games, so he was one of their starters with a 10.76 ERA. But he averages 5 Ks, just about 5 Ks for every 9 innings. So looks like he's a little bit of a power pitcher. So, his job now is to try to shut down Jackson State. We got to slow down the machine. They've had 4 straight innings now of offense.
So Garrison coming in for a lefty-lefty matchup against France as his first pitch, a nice little off-speed one to find the corner for strike 1. Always good to have some help from the bullpen with some experience as a starter, knowing that they can step in and throw long innings. Looks like he goes with that same pitch, but it's too far outside. 1-1.
This has been a strange game. We think that we've seen a lot of Jackson State guys running bases, but Southwest has out-hit them 13-9, and
Fly ball, line drive to right field, goes foul. That was a close one. And
they've had 2 errors, and the errors have hurt them in the games being Southwest. So, Southwest, as we see in this league, the later the games get, anything can happen. So a 3-run deficit is really nothing. With 3 more full innings of bats, if he can come out and shut down Jackson State for an inning, get them back at the plate.
If you're looking at it, Jackson State has not proven that they can stop the Salukis on offense yet. They've scored in every inning that they've played, so they've got to feel good about that. And he lets one off the hook there as France gets hit by the pitch.
Well, and Southwest is top of the order is coming in the next, so they've got to feel like, hey, if we could just stop them this inning, we've got our top 3 guys coming up, we can get something going. But that is not a good start to the inning.
Mike Kahn coming up to the plate after the hit by pitch of Josh France. And another note, as the wind is howling to left field, the Salukis have the 2 home runs in the game. So they're the ones who are getting the long ball thus far and have not able to capitalize on that. As we have some action in the Jackson State pin.
Well, we're getting to the point now where,
got to find those outs.
Yeah, a play-in game. It's
all hands on deck. The 1-0 high for ball 2.
Stressful situations here, and you start putting men on base. Like I said, this game has been there's not been clean. Any innings we've had runners on base from both teams.
The 2-0. Garrison throws it high. Ball 3. So now if you're Mike Kahn, you're probably got the red light here taking all the way, unless it's just something down Broadway.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if he took a swing at anything, but you just never know unless it's right. Oh, nice curve on the 3-0 there. I mean, that was very nice pitch there. He might come back with that same pitch because this is not a fastball count.
3-1 hitters count for Mr. Khan.
Yep.
Outside
wow.
corner doesn't get
nice
the call.
Pitch.
Ball 4. So a hit by pitch, and now a walk. And Garrison's struggling to find results as there are pitchers in the bullpen right now for the Salukis getting warm. But that brings up Will Harris, who found a single last time he was up to the plate.
In most cases, you would think they might be looking for a sacrifice, move the runners to second and third with nobody out. Moss is 0 for 1, but who knows at this stage? I mean, Harris put the bat on the ball, as you said, last time up, so.
Infield playing that double play ball. That'll get through. Finds a hole. The run from second is going to stay at third. Runners advance 1 base, so no damage done, but you got the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, it's getting close to red alert time here for the Salukis as far as the pitching. The coach is going to really, I mean, this is, you got a righty up with a lefty on the mound.
So it looks like we have a pinch hitter today for Parker Moss. It's going to be Sam Williams, freshman who's hitting .219 on the season. 6 walks to 35 strikeouts, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. So it looks like he's got some serious power, and they want to drive in as many runs as they can to build on their lead. So Moss exits.
Yeah, I think we're going to get him. I think he's going to react to that with a pitching change. Wouldn't be surprised.
And now the chess match continues as we will have a new pitcher. Looks like it's number 34. That's Trey Boren. Boren, a freshman from Millington, Tennessee. The Salukis leaning on the freshman here to try and get out of this inning, and this is quite possibly the worst situation to come into as a relief pitcher in all of baseball.
Yeah, Boren's only got 10 innings in the year, no decisions, so he is so stepping into the fire, like you said. I mean, this is really, I mean, for their season here, I mean, this could be
make or break.
A big bat right here could really, really put some big separation here. If you get a ground ball, I'm sure they're going to play up on the corners for the force out at home. Be interesting to see what he wants to do with this middle infield. Bases loaded and nobody out. You know, you at this point of the game, I don't know if he's ready to move all his fielders in to go for a force out. I mean, you almost be willing to give up a run. If he could get the ground ball to second or short, a legitimate double play ball, he might be willing to give up the run to try to turn 2 and limit the damage to 1 run.
We'll see what the Salukis elect to do when we come back, as we have a pitcher warming up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 10-7 your score. Generals on top. As we said, Sam Williams coming up to the plate. Freshman hitter for the Generals from the right side. He has 5 home runs, 24 RBIs this season. He's wanting to do some damage here as the wind is blowing to the left center field. The first pitch. Line drive caught. Wow. That was a scorcher. Sam Williams, first pitch he sees, lines it out to Tucker King. Nice grab by King. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
That was a nice, yeah, very much.
So now the double play ball is alive and well. If you can get a ground ball, you can get out of this inning and feel great about yourself as the first pitch is outside. But you are facing Bailey Etheridge, who has a single And a triple and an almost home run the last at
Yeah, a big bat here. They're playing in on the corners for the force out at home. Try to get that double play ball up the middle.
The 0-1. Fouled back, straight back. He
Health-
was on top of that
Now,
one.
those were healthy cuts. That was ball right back. He barely missed it. He's trying to elevate.
Hey, no wonder you're leading this game. You're getting such production out of your 9-hole hitter
Yeah.
today, 2 for 3 for Bailey Etheridge, the shortstop. The 0-2 pitch. Down to the dirt, ball 1. Nice job here.
It must be like the Yankees, right? Everybody slugs all the way down 1-9.
That's right. No, there's no one you can pitch around. Trey Boren here doing a nice job of throwing strikes as he's already gotten an out off of 4 pitches. The 1-2.
Nice
Swing
pitch.
and a miss. Good pitch there by the freshman. 2 outs. Big out.
Now, you gotta like this now. Here's a guy comes in with, the book says 10 innings on the year, so he has not been in too many situations, and come in here and get 2 big outs. Now he's 1 out away from getting out of this. I mean, this gonna be a momentum turn here for the Salukis. They get out of this inning with nothing.
Trey Boren saying, "Never tell me the odds," as he's got Ian Biboloni up at the plate. Outside corner finds it again. Strike 1. Nice pitch.
Might be the Salukis coach that was going on. I wonder, why was this guy only pitching 10 innings this year?
Makes you start to question,
Yeah.
maybe this guy should have been an inning eater more often. The 0-1. Nice. Again, strike 2. What an outing thus far.
He's not out of the way, but he's 0-2, so you definitely don't want to throw one over the plate, make him nibble something on the outside, or even chase a bad pitch and hope the catcher can block.
The 0-2 pitch. Loopy curve high. Ball 1. Biboloni on the day has a walk, a double, and a strikeout, but also with a stolen base. He's done a nice job of getting on base and making an impact. Don't want to face DJ Wright next. The 1-2. Did he get it?
Yeah.
He got it. What a pitch. Trey Boren comes in and gets 3 outs. That's a huge momentum swing. We'll head to the top of the 7th here, rather. 10-7 your score. Generals on top. Here in the top of the 7th inning, we have a new pitcher for the Jackson State Generals. Mark, who is it? What can you tell me about it?
Well, Derek Junker is right-handed pitcher from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Derek's thrown 18 innings this year with a 9 ERA, 15 appearances.
Derek Junker, quite a name for a pitcher. As Busby squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and it's looks like it's going to be ball 1. Looked like he kind of hit him, but as he pulled back in time. Busby, after that leadoff home run, has walked, or rather struck out, flown out, and hit, grounded out to third base. So 1 for 4 on the day thus far for Mr. Busby. One 0 pitch. High off speed, 2-0. Can't say enough about the outing that Trey Boren just had for the Southwest Salukis. Bases loaded, nobody outs, and gets 3 outs. A line shot, a strikeout. A line shot and 2 strikeouts, rather. No. Yes.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, we might look back on it and say he might have saved their season here.
Yeah.
We'll see, but
2-1 to Busby, outside corner, strike 2. First pitch he throws is a line shot to Tucker King, and then he gets 2 strikeouts, 1 looking off the leadoff hitter. That's a tall order for a freshman to come in and do that. 2-2 pitch. Busby, line shot. That gets through the infield. 1 runner on here for Southwest. Nice piece of hitting there. We'll bring up Tucker King. He's doubled today.
well, if anything's going to happen, it's going to probably be right here. I mean, you got the top. You're in the top of the order now. You got guys who have gotten base hits and put the ball in place. So I know that they're looking to make something happen here, get some runs out of this inning, especially now with Busby leading off with a single.
You see what Busby wants to do here is he's got 17 stolen bases on the season. His first pitch is a pitch out, rightfully so. Been caught stealing 5 times. That leads the team in terms of stolen bases, 17 on the year. So Busby's got some speed over on first base. Junker's got to be aware of that. Another outside pitch, ball 2. Both of them being fastballs. You don't want to throw an off-speed pitch and allow him to get a good jump.
No, and Busby's got to be careful here. He's got to, you got to remember you're down by 3 runs. Your run doesn't. I mean, it helps, but it doesn't tie the game up. So he's looks like he's wanting to be aggressive, but the last thing you need is to get picked off.
Absolutely, as that one's in there for a strike. 2-1 to Tucker King. King on the season hitting .224, 10 doubles, has one again today, so he's up to 11.
It's normally a good hit and run count here. We'll see. He's
a lot of space. There it goes. Hit and run, drawn up. Strike, thrown to second. Can't make the pick. As Busby makes a nice slide. He kind of goes right into Etheridge. Kind of a collision there. It's a tough one. But Busby does a nice job of getting into second base. Unable to execute the hit and run.
And now it's up to King here. I mean, with 2 strikes, it's just imperative that he protect the zone, try to get Busby to third base for the next batter, move the ball to the right side. The job is to get the ball to the right side of the diamond where Busby can move to third.
2-2 pitch to Tucker King. Looking at him over at second. Junker throws. Got
or
very
hit by
close
pitch.
to hitting him, but
Nope.
I guess it did not. I guess it was a 55-footer
Yeah.
bounce right in front. So 3-2 now, full count. Junker's got to find a way to right the ship. The payoff pitch to Tucker King, third baseman today. Swing and a fly ball in the right center field. That
Let's see what
may
he
be
does
enough
here.
to tag him rather shallow, though. It's reeled in. Nobody's tagging there. So unable to move the runner over as he flies out to Moss. Yes, correct. As Tucker King gets hit with an F9. So that'll bring up Jacob Nobles. Last time we saw him, he drew a crucial walk. Looks like actually Mike Kahns moved over to right field, and they brought Sam Williams in, the pinch hitter, and put him in center, as we'll have a mound visit here for the Generals. Some action in the bullpen for Jackson State. Looks like they're trying to loosen some arms up. Looks like it is number 6, Josh Coburn. Coburn on the season has 12 appearances, 4-3, and he does have a save. That's pretty crucial here at this point in the game. But they're going to ride with Junker here for at least a little while longer. So let's take a look back at this game thus far, and if you're just looking at the scoreboard, Southwest has yet to be stopped on offense. Now they've been, subdued, if you will, in that they've only scored 1 for 5 of the 6 innings that they've been up to the plate. In the sixth, they scored 2. They scored every time they've been at the plate, and as for Jackson State, they've been big runs. So it's been 3 runs 1 inning, 4 runs 2. They had 1 with 1, and have a couple of goose eggs. So it's feast and famine, if you will, with the Generals thus far. As for Southwest, they're just kind of consistently chipping away as we're here in the top of the 7th inning. Big AB here for Jacob Nobles. Busby on second base as he calls time, late time call there as the umpire to get out of the way. If you're Southwest, you want to try and get to Blake Daniels and Chris Swanberg as quickly as you can. Those guys have done a nice job today of getting on base, both with 2 singles. Thinking about it, runner goes to third. Throw down to third. Busby made it in time. Nice jump as he gets to third with 1 out. That's huge.
That is. That's Busby. You can already see is a very aggressive base runner. I mean, he's got almost over half of the stolen bases that Southwest has this year. So I mean, he is the man that kind of stirs the drink. But since when he got on first, you could tell he was wanting to make something happen immediately.
Came in with 17 stolen bases. Now has 19 on the season. And you're exactly right. I think a throw over to second would have at least kept him honest. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, fouled off. Strike 1.
I mean, Noble. This is critical. I mean, Nobles has got to get him in. I mean, it's got to put the bat on the ball, try to get it out of the infield, or worst case, put it on the ground because I'm sure Busby's going on a crack.
As we'll have a mound visit from the catcher. Yeah, you're exactly right. You'd hate for it if you're a Saluki. You hate for it to be sac fly. But you'll take that in that it cuts into the lead.
Yeah.
Ideally, you get a base hit here, and you could drive him in and leave a runner on, which would be which would bring the tying runner to the plate.
About the only thing you don't want, obviously, is a strikeout or maybe a ball hit back to the pitcher where he could freeze Busby at third base. But I think Busby's going on anything else on the ground, and even if it's a third base or first base, he's going to get a jump. You can tell by he's overly aggressive. I mean, he's probably coaches tell him, look, you're moving.
We saw a situation like this earlier. Boren, it gets a line drive to third base. The 1-1, way inside, ball 2. So France has taken a notice of how Busby's been moving on the base path, and now he's talked to his pitcher and gotten his head right in terms of trying to not allow this guy to advance anymore. Pitch, high fly ball.
That ball's going to go. That's gone.
And it is gone. A 2-run home run. Jacob Nobles comes through big. We were asking maybe a sac fly. He goes yard. 2-run home run for the Salukis. Now it's 10-9.
This is turning out. This is the game that just keeps on giving.
The offenses are
1-0. The bottom of the first was the only 0 here. I mean, this has been offense, which is pretty much typical of this conference, right? I mean, this is a hitter's conference.
Going into today's game, we thought there's going to be a lot of offense today. Neither team has over-the-top pitching in terms of numbers, and that's been proven today as Junker is now being pulled for Coburn. So Coburn will come in 9-10, 10-9 your score, and that brings up the meaty portion of the order, Blake Daniels. We'll catch up with you after Josh Coburn warms up a little bit right here, 10-9, top 7. Stay tuned. Top 7, 10-9. We have a new pitcher for the Jackson State Generals. Mark, who is this guy?
This is left-handed pitcher Josh Coburn from Brownsville, Tennessee. This is a guy I saw pitch against Chattanooga State earlier in the year. I mean, he reminds me a lot of Andrew Miller. I mean, he has got an electric arm.
First pitch. Nice pitch there, strike one. Just watching some of his warm-ups, a couple of them, he went towards the backside rather high. And so, maybe a wild arm, if you will, but when he finds his own like he just did there, he's one of the filthier pitchers. There's a nice pitch also. It's high for ball one.
I mean, he's thrown the fourth most innings on the staff, 38 innings. He's, 4-3. So he's a guy that's pitched a lot. And like you said, I mean, the stats are, the ERAs and all that are high for all these guys. But when I saw him pitch earlier this year, I mean, he was very dominant against Chat State. So he might have been a guy they were planning on pitching, hopefully tomorrow. But you know what? They got to stop it right here.
2-1 is inside. That last pitch before that one looked pretty nice. Floated in a changeup.
Well,
able to get the call.
And plus it's a lefty, and I think we're getting ready to see two lefties in a row. So I mean, it's a calculated move too by the coach.
3-1, swung on, missed rather, and it's 3-2 full count to Blake Daniels. So Jacob Noble's coming up huge after Busby steals 2 bases and drives in 2 runs. It's a 1-run game. Tying run is 1 swing of the bat away for Southwest right now. Two is swung on and missed, so Coburn comes in and gets a crucial out, swing and a miss to make it 2 outs now, and now he's facing another lefty in Chris Swanberg. So we saw a little bit of what he's got to offer, does Coburn. He's got a lot of movement on his off speed and some pretty decent velocity on that fastball. First pitch. Outside corner, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Yeah, he does a nice job of hiding the ball in his delivery. You don't pick it up till really late, and it's tough on a pitcher or hitter, especially a left-handed hitter.
The 1-0. Ground ball to the second baseman. Fields it cleanly, throws over to first in time. Nice play there for Bologna. So we will head to the bottom of the 7th inning, but Saluki scratched across 2 more runs. 10-9 your score. Here, Jackson State on top. Bottom 7 here, DJ Wright coming up to the plate. Trey Boren still on the mound and really turned this game around with his last outing there, which allowed the Salukis to stay in striking zone. And then Jacob Noble's coming up with a big 2-run home run to make it a 1-run game. First pitch to Wright, down to the dirt, ball 1. That one's a laser out to left center field. That'll get down, maybe 2 as it bounces to the wall. Busby Fields throws it into the infield, and DJ Wright's got a leadoff double. That's your traditional gapper, if you will.
A good start of the inning for the Senators there.
Garrett Guyman coming up to the plate. He's doubled twice today. A bit of a momentum swing back and forth here, if you will, as the last inning Boren gets the huge out to leave the bases, 3 outs to get the leave the bases loaded. Southwest comes up and hits a 2-run home run to make it a one-run game. Now the Generals get a leadoff double, and that's always trouble if you are the defense, as the Ethan Stallings coming out to talk to his battery mate.
Yeah, Guyman here, he just wants to move right over to third base. Try to hit the ball to the right side of the infield or deep enough to the right side outfield to get him over to third.
We haven't seen a whole lot of small ball from the Generals today. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit here as Boren looks to go back over to second and gets a sign from Sumner.
Guyman has 9 home runs this year, so he's dangerous, obviously.
High fly ball deep in the center field. We've seen trouble back here with Sensabaugh. Will he be able to grab it? It's over the wall. Huge home run. You called it, Mark. 2-run home run for the Jackson State Generals.
When he first hit that ball, I did not think that ball was going to go out of the park, because I was watching the center fielder because he's had some struggles today, and he looked like he was he couldn't find the ball. He looked like he was drifting back to the center field, and then all of a sudden he knew it was. But the ball's carried, the flag is blowing to the left, not hard, but it's blowing enough to carry.
You called your shot. You said,
Yes,
watch out
I
for
did.
him. He's dangerous. He hits a high fly ball. Got enough wind at that moment to carry it over the edge. Wow, 3-run lead again for the Generals.
That's got to really hurt. I mean, Southwest has got momentum coming in. Just
As Boren gives up the 2-run home run, gets Bailey almost went around there as they appeal and no call. 2 balls, no strikes, some action in the pen. Southwest looking for answers. Got a mighty hack at that one. It's a foul ball.
these guys are elevating their swing. These are elevating swings. I mean, he does not get cheated out of any swing he takes.
They're full believers in the idea of launching.
Launching, yes.
2-1, Donnell Bailey. Nice pitch there. Gets him looking. Strike 3. So Boren does give up the double and the home run, but finds a way to battle back and get it out. I'll bring up Josh France, the catcher today, as we'll have a mound visit.
Probably going to have a pitching move go lefty-lefty here, looks like. He's got a lefty warming up.
We should see who they call upon here, as the Salukis will indeed make a call. Looks like it's going to be number 17, Joel Singleton. So we'll get you the information on Joel Singleton after he gets some warm-up pitches right here. Stay tuned. 12-9 here in the bottom of the 7th. Jackson State on top. All right, so Coach Eric Schoenrock going with a new pitcher here. Mark, what can you tell me about him? 17, Joel Singleton.
Joel Singleton, left-handed pitcher from Patterson, Louisiana. First pitch right in the back. That's how you get started.
So his first pitch is a hit-by pitch. That's the second one for Fritz.
He's taking 2 in a row here. I was wondering.
Really wearing him for the team. So from Louisiana. Interesting.
Let's go, 7.
So his first pitch is a walk, and now that brings up Mike Kahn. Kahn was in center field and moved to right field after Sam Williams pinch hit for Parker Moss. So the Generals making an adjustment after a couple of tough plays out in center field for Kahn. He's up 1-0 though. When inside, it's called strike.
I mean, Singleton only has 8 innings in this year, so he's kind of like the previous pitcher. It looks like probably is not obviously been involved in a lot of games, so this is a big moment for him and for Southwest. But they're going lefty on lefty, so.
Throw over to first, not in time, so they're playing matchups.
He's got a righty coming up after, so I don't know if we'll see it. You know, if he's staying true to form, he'll come and go get the righty that's warming up to face Harris, who has hurt them today.
The 1-1. High fly ball. He pulled that way foul. But
That's going to get a car there. I mean, hopefully not mine. See it bound. That's a deep. That's behind the field house. I mean, that bat was really out in front.
Kahn was looking for the fences there and unable to straighten it out. So he's up 1-2. The pitch. Nice pitch. Does it again. Foul, though. But he
heading
got a
to the
hold of
softball
it.
field over the right-hand side. Hopefully it's down to hit somebody.
Trouble. As that almost hit the visiting side dugout of the softball.
Yeah, he has really obviously been out in front on the last 2 pitches. So
Barrel is out there.
they're trying to work him inside. Looks like they're going back inside again.
They call time, trying to get the ball. Somebody threw the ball back into play. So 1-2 count, 1 out, 1 runner on. Already 2 runs scored this inning for Jackson State. A throw over to first, not in time.
Let's go, 7.
1-2 count. Ball in the dirt, runner's going. Going to stand up at second base. So big move over there for Grants as now the double play ball's off the table. At least the traditional.
You know, the Salukis coach is looking over at the bullpen going, okay, are we ready? He just wants to see if he can get him through this lefty-lefty matchup.
Coach Eric Schoenrock looking for answers here.
That's a good pitch.
Fisted off. His
Get over
first
there.
baseman's got to make the play. PFP, he makes the tag. Nice job there. Finds the base as Singleton does his job. 2 outs.
That was a nice job of pitch. I mean, they worked him inside on all the pitches and really jammed him up on that pitch. So, I mean, nice job.
Mike Kahn grounds out to the first baseman. That brings up Will Harris, who singled twice today.
I guess he's going to go. I thought he would maybe go with the righty-righty. Harris has really hurt them the last 2 times up. I mean, they really need to stop right here.
Something of note, the runner advanced from second to third, so pass ball probably will score him.
Yeah, that was a nice first pitch. They didn't get the call on it, but it looked like a nice. They're going to off-speed him probably, but Harris is dangerous here. This is
The 1-0, swing and a miss, strike 2. Strike 1, rather.
It looks like maybe the lefty with the tailing fastball. I mean, if I was him, I'd be working on the outside port because Harris looks like he's really turning his hips, looking for that inside pitch to drive.
1-1.
See?
Swing and a miss, almost goes down to a knee.
Yeah, he doesn't like. You can off-speed pitch him on the outside corner, change up, or move fastball on the outside portion of the plate. And looks like he's having trouble with that. definitely want to go to that pitch again. Don't go inside.
See if Singleton can get out of it.
Yep.
And outside, 2-2.
All right.
So Singleton.
I'd go back there again. I mean, like I said, I don't want to go in middle in on Harris.
He's
Unless
looking
it's-
for that portion of the plate.
Yeah, unless it's really up or something where he can pop it up. But I am not going to try it with a base open.
2-2. Off speed, hit the center field. Sensabaugh tracking it back, and he makes the catch. So Sensabaugh helps Singleton get out of the inning. Little damage done there. A 3-run lead now for the Generals. 12-9 as we head to the top of the 8th. Leading off top of the 8th inning here, Ethan Stallings, as Coburn's still out there for the Generals, the left-handed hurler. And Stallings on the day is 1 for 4 with a single. The catcher today having some production at the plate. It'll be Stallings, Sumner, and Donnells here in the 8th inning. 12-9 your score. First pitch. Outside corner, unable to get the call. Ball 1.
Something tells me I think that Coburn is going to be the guy to close one way or the other. He's going to finish the game here. I don't.
They'll rely on his stuff here as he gets a strike there to finish out this game.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is get credit to Salukis, and you know that. I mean, they just are relentless. So they're just missing one big inning, and you know they've.
Another strike there for Coburn. He's been the first pitcher in this game for both teams. For either team that has really just looked like it stifled the offense. They're having trouble seeing the ball out of his hand. Nobody's making good contact. As Ethan Stallings now down 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Stallings goes down on strikeout. And now Sumner up to the plate. So Lucas got to get something going if they're going to make a comeback here. This is the inning to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough on Sumner here. Like I said, he's got to be really tough to pick up for a lefty.
First pitch, lefty-lefty matchup leaves it inside. The 1-0. Ball 2. So now Sumner heading the count 3-0. Probably has the red light here. Doesn't want to swing at anything.
Let's go, Sig.
Yeah,
that he doesn't like.
You just want base runners now at this point. I mean, any way you can get on. You don't want to walk people. That's what Coach at Jackson State's.
So it'll bring up Blake Donalds as Sumner goes to first. Designated hitter today, does have a home run. And a single and a walk. So it's been in this situation before. Drove in 2 runs last time. See if he can do it again.
Yeah, and I mean, we're getting ready to turn the lineup over, and we're back up to Busby here in a couple batters. So, I mean,
This is the time to strike.
Walks are going to get you in trouble in anything, but in this game, you just can't put runners on and put pressure on yourself.
This is the time to attack if you're the Salukis with Donalds up 1-0. It's a good pitch to hit, fouled off. Sumner thinking about it.
Nice
Floats
pitch.
in there a nice off-speed pitch, strike 2. So now Donald's behind in the count. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss in the dirt.
We got him here.
And Sumner's confused as to where to be. He gets back to first in time. That was a close one there.
Yeah, I don't know why the catcher didn't get rid of the ball to first base immediately. He had him beat. I mean, he was a third of the way down the line. He kind of just kept holding on to it and gave him a chance to get back to first. But
2 outs now. Dalton Sensabaugh at the plate. He's got a single and a walk today. Seems like everybody has a single and a walk. Two strikeouts this inning for Coburn. There's a swing and a miss by Sensabaugh.
Put in there.
0-1 pitch. Takes off to Sumner. Throw down to second. Decent throw. France, not in time. Sumner had a good jump. A lot of good jumps today, and Sumner gets one there. And moves over to second into scoring position. Base hit could score him. Now they're relying on Sensabaugh. They don't want this inning to be the first inning that they don't score a run.
yeah, imagine the second baseman's going to stay where he's at and really not concentrate on trying to keep him on second because he's got to protect that right side. And that looks to be the case. So just the runner on second, I mean, you got a 3-run lead in the 8th inning. I mean, with 2 outs, I wouldn't get worried about him. I mean, he's not – the batter is the person to concentrate on right now for pitcher.
1-2 count. He's got him in a hole. Dalton Sensabaugh trying to battle back. Looks over to second. Coburn's nobody's home. Big AB here for Sensabaugh. 1-2. Nice pitch down
nice
low.
pitch there. Must have just been a little low. That was a nice pitch.
2-2. Looked like it was right down the middle, just a tad bit below the knees. Time called by Sensabaugh. Had a tough day today. Out in the outfield, struggled on a couple of fly balls. Both teams have had their fair share of difficulty out there with some wind and some sun. Not completely familiar with the field here. 2-2. Swing and fouled off. Interesting that the score is the way it is today. During the regular season, in conference play, Southwest was able to take the series against Jackson, winning game 1 by 14-4. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 3 strikeouts this inning does allow a walk, but Coburn gets the job done. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Your score 12-9. Jackson looking to add on. All right, bottom 8 here. Sam Williams up to the plate. Pinch hit earlier. And we have a new pitcher for Southwest, and that's Chandler Gant. Gant's a right-handed hurler from Nashville. And according to his stats, seems to be the closer for this team. The 1-0, swing and a miss.
Yeah, Gant's got 4 saves. He's thrown 18 innings, so but he's got the most appearances, so it adds up to he's 16 games he's appeared in. So he's the guy that they go to shut things down when they're winning or they're in a position where it's close.
The 1-1 pitch. Looked like he almost got a piece of him. 2-1. Foul ball, 2-2.
Well, 3 runs is 3-run deficit, but you know what? If I'm the Salukis, obviously I want to shut them down this inning, and knowing that I've got the top of the order coming up, and if I could just get a couple runners on base today with the weather conditions, I mean, I can get right back in this game. So
Give your team
first
a
things
chance.
first, you got to shut down these guys in this half. Give yourself a chance.
Yep. Just trying to find a way to get back on offense. Gant's delivery. Outside, ball 3. So hitters count for Williams. We already mentioned as a freshman has significant amount of home runs. 5 on the season, 24 runs batted in. He looked like he was a defensive replacement here for Moss as he fouls that one off. They moved Kahn to right, and Williams took over that center field position. The payoff pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman.
Oh!
Big hop. And that one goes over the second baseman's head. Unfortunate turn of events for the Salukis as that one just hopped over Sumner's head.
Did they drag the infield before the game? Because
Yes,
that
they
must
did.
have hit a stone or something. That thing went straight vertical on the bounce. Whoa, that was terrible.
They
What a
drug
bad
the
break.
infield, and they watered
Wow.
it down. That's just that.
Let's talk to
unfortunate.
Coach Dennis about that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen one pop up like that. Bad karma.
We'll have Williams on first, and Gant now facing Bailey Etheridge, who's had a heck of a day. A single and a triple, and he squared around a bunt. The 1-0, runner's going. Played as that second, but Stallings can't field it clean. So he was stolen base. General's trying to manufacture some more runs. Pitch, squares around again, gets one
Nice
down.
bunt.
Pretty good bunt.
That's
Gant's
gonna be a
gotta fill it
problem.
with his backhand. Tough play at first, blocks it up, and he gets the out. Nice pick there by Swanberg, and he'll get one out with, but the runner moves to third.
Really nice. Playing small ball here, the Generals are. And this run here, 4 runs. I mean, it's only 3 to 4, but to me, psychologically, 4 runs that's 3 base runners and a batter.
Yep.
That's really, to a pitcher, that's a big cushion.
Every run counts, and now Ian Bibaloni coming up to the plate.
Nice pitch. All right, that
Outside for ball 1.
it's a good pitch there. So you got the infield in, so they obviously got to shut down this run. They know how important it is.
Middle of the infield's wide open. Bibaloni takes ball 2. Fouls it off.
Go 3.
Foul ball again. Two count. Way inside. 3-2.
Big out there, second out.
Get some swinging. And like you said, yeah.
That's a big out.
Huge out there. That eliminates the sacrifice fly. Now you got to take care of DJ Wright, who last at bat doubled and scored. He's walked twice and stolen a base.
Go 9.
Ball's taken outside for ball 1. So Gant trying to limit any damage here, trying to eliminate actually, as he wants to get his team back in the dugout as quickly as possible. And he almost hit right there. There's been a couple of those today, very close to getting hit.
Let's go 9.
The 2-0 delivery, outside corner, strike 1. Foul ball. That was a laser back here. 2-2.
Let's go 9.
Oh, nice.
Base hit up the middle. That'll bring home a run, like you said. Well, that one's getting all the way to the fence since the ball was playing shaded.
He's
and
gonna
Wright's
go
heading for third. This is a big play here. The throw to third, he's standing up. So a triple leads to another run. Now it's a 4-run deficit for the Salukis to face. General's adding on.
That's a big run, yeah. Ball guy was up in the zone there, but Wright did a nice job of getting his hands out and driving that ball up the middle. He's a good hitter. I mean, obviously he's a good hitter. He's batting second, but I mean he's a dangerous hitter. And with the base open, looking up, it would have been nice. Just I'm sure coach was saying, let's put him. I mean, don't give him something he can drive, which is what happened.
First pitch to Guyman is low for ball 1. Fouled off. Guyman's seen the ball well today. He's got a couple of hits thus far. 2 doubles and a home run. So have a day, Garrett Guyman. Fouled off again.
Keep battling it. See the ball.
One, two. Too high. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul back. Stallings makes the catch for the strikeout. So we'll head to the 9th inning. Generals get 1 run across. Your score 13-9. We'll see if the Salukis can tie it up right here. Stay tuned. All right. Top of the 9th inning. Leading off, Christian Busby. Right now, the Salukis are guaranteed 3 more outs for their entire season. We'll see if the leadoff man can get on base with Coburn on the hill.
Good throw.
It was a first pitch for a ball.
Wow, Warren, that was a good pitch. Good job, Six.
Last time up, we saw Busby get a single, steal 2 bases, and then come home on the home run by Jacob Nobles. That's a fair ball. That's trouble. Second baseman trying to make a play, and Busby gets there in time. That was an odd piece of hitting. Coburn had to hit the deck to try and make a play on it, and Busby beat it out for a single.
I can't tell if it. I mean, it obviously was like cue balled. I mean, I don't know if it hit off the end of his bat. I mean, it looked like he pitched him inside, but the way he got the bat, I mean, the ball was spinning, and that was just bizarre. But
yeah, I think you're right. I think it hit the end of the bat and just kind of.
And the lefty's delivery, when he finishes, he's so far over to the third base that he fell over, and the ball just kind of just barely slid by his glove where he couldn't get to it.
So the Salukis are alive here with Tucker King coming up to the plate. They need 4 runs, 5 to take the lead. Fly ball, foul. So as we said last time, Busby stole 2 bases. Last time he was on first base, so he may be on the move here. Doesn't want to double play.
There we go.
1 through the 5 hole. So now there's 2 runners on. As Tucker King gets a base hit. Maybe Coburn's got a little fatigued here, but they're they're seeing the ball better, or the Salukis against them.
For the bunt.
Now Jacob Nobles is up.
I guess it's only appropriate that we're going to sweat this last inning out here. I mean, this is just TCCAA baseball. I mean,
That's right. As Salukis have scored in every inning except for last inning, and they're looking to add some runs here. Is Jacob Nobles now coming up the plate? Last time he was up 2-run homer. That pitch is in there, inside corner, strike 1. And if you're the Generals, you got the guy you kind of want out there right now on the mound. He's thrown pretty well. The 2 singles they've gotten haven't been well struck. That one is hit pretty well, looping off speed. That one gets foul.
I mean, he's what I remember him. I mean, he's a power. He comes right at you. I mean, he doesn't appear to be the kind of guy that's going to try to finesse you. I mean, you're going to hit his pitch, and he's going to come at you with the fastball, and that's what he's been doing. And they're just making good contact on the ball.
0-2. Outside
Nice
corner, unable to get it.
Wow, nice pitch there. He just tried to nibble on that outside with the off-speed pitch. I mean, Nobles has just got to get on base. I mean, try to stay out of the double play, but
1-2. He looks back over to first.
I mean, you got second baseman's trying to hold the guy on second, so that right side's open. So I mean,
Go,
a
Six.
smart
inside
hitter
out.
knows, okay, if I get that outside curve or that fastball, the tailing fastball, just hit it over to second base where that open space is right now.
1-2 pitch. Outside in the dirt. Ball 2. Coburn unable to locate that fastball. The 2-2. Down to the third, gets away from the catcher. Runners are going to advance. France upset with himself. Now the double play ball traditionally is out of the question.
Yep, that takes a lot of pressure off Nobles as the batter. Now he's got a chance for an 2 RBIs, but so now he's got a base open though, so he's going to be. The strategy from the pitcher standpoint is I'm just not going to groove one over here and let him get a hit. I mean, if I got a base open, but the problem is you put a base open, you put him on, you got the tie and run at the plate with nobody out. So
Coburn's been able to utilize that kind of backdoor slider curve, and maybe he can try and drop one in here. So he goes with a fastball fouled off.
nice job by Nobles. I mean, he's trying to work the outside part, and I mean, Nobles just needs to put the ball. I mean, let's get a run. I mean, if you're going to get out, just put the ball on the ground. Jackson State's going to take an out, give up a run for an out. So
Full count to payoff pitch. Big out. Strikeout from Jacob Nobles. That's a huge one for Coburn. He goes high with the cheese. And Nobles bites. That'll bring up Blake Daniels. 2 for 5 today. 2 singles. Lefty matchup.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity there, especially with the lefty on lefty now. It's going to be tough here. It's a challenge for Daniels here with Coburn.
1 out, 2 runners on. Coburn's pitch. Floats on the outside corner, strike 1. It's a good pitch.
Let's go, 6.
The 0-1. Tries to go inside with it. 1-1.
We actually have 2 lefties now coming up, so it's the advantage Coburn, but you know he's got to throw strikes here.
Foul off. Is now Coburn ahead in the count.
Let's go, 6.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another big strikeout. So now the Salukis are down to their final out, with Chris Swanberg coming up to the plate.
Well, I'm really impressed with Coburn. I mean, he's come in. Granted, he's given up a couple, but he has shut down the Salukis for the most part. I mean,
You said it earlier.
really
he's been
has.
the-
I mean, he's problem for a left-handed hitter. I mean, he's problem for a right-hander, but he's a real problem for a left-handed hitter based on his delivery. I mean,
He's been the only pitcher in this game of the 2 that have really just stifled the offense. They haven't been able to really make great contact against them. Chris Swanberg at the plate. That could do it. Ground ball to second. Rolls it over to first in time. That's the ball game. So your 4-3 put out. Leone gets the out, and more importantly, Coburn gets all 3 outs. Your final score is 13-9. Mark, do you have any quick thoughts on that game?
not at all. Great game, typical JUCO Tennessee region game, but now Jackson moves on to a big game tomorrow with Walters. Although they have, I believe they're going to have Wright going obviously tomorrow. So I mean, it sets up for a nice game tomorrow. But outstanding work, great job by the Salukis. Tough loss to end their season.
13-9. The Jackson State Generals move on. The Salukis in their season. Coming up next, we'll have the Chattanooga State host team Chattanooga State Tigers taking on the Roane State Raiders. Stay tuned. Stay on the YouTube feed. Thank you.